It's the Thrifty Foods 124th Annual Victoria Day Parade with your hosts, Stacey Ross and Paul Haysom, along with a couple of Upside guys, live from our provincial capital.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. I'm Stacey Ross here with Paul Haysom, and we are so grateful to be broadcasting this morning from the traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking people and the Songhees, Esquimalt, and Wisanic people. Welcome. We're so happy to be here, Paul. It is a perfect day for a parade.
What a perfect day for a parade. The sun is shining. As you saw, the streets are lining up there. More than 75 entries are going to be taking part in this parade. We got marching bands, we got a dance troupe, we've got stilt walkers, and that's just the Upside guys, Stacey. You mentioned Thrifty Foods as our presenting sponsor. We couldn't do it without these presenting sponsors. We have Thrifty Foods, Downtown Dental Victoria, and Dodds Furniture, and I am pumped to parade, I think, today.
So pumped to parade. You know what? We have lots of other great sponsors, Sunbelt Rentals and Totem Towing, that help us out today. And you know what? In just a few short minutes, probably about 20 to 25 minutes, the action will be happening right behind us here. We're on Douglas Street, pretty much kitty corner to City Hall.
That's right.
And that's where it's going to be. We're right across from the judges' tent, so we're going to get all the good stuff on our broadcast tonight. But right now, all the action is happening just a little bit north of where we are at the marshalling area, and that's where we find our friends Ed and Jeff. Hey, guys.
Hi, how you
Morning.
doing? Happy Victoria Day and a happy parade day. Should be a
Happy
dandy.
Victoria Day.
I love the intro. You know, we're all become like Cher, I think. You know, they don't mention our names anymore.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, those guys.
Paul Haysom, Stacey Ross, and the Upside guys.
Those guys. Well, I can tell you this about the Upside guys. We're excited about the parade,
Are we ever?
but we're also excited about unveiling our new Upside vehicle, which we're going to do here in just a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, we just want to kind of set the scene. And here we are in the staging area here where we have, as Paul mentioned, over 75 floats ready to start moving out on the parade route, and they've just started moments ago.
Yeah, everyone's excited here. The sun is shining. Everyone's in a great mood. It's always one of the, the funnest days for us to broadcast of the year. And, I did get a bit of sleep last night, but, my dreams were just bump, 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 Yeah.
Speaking of those bands, the Hoquiam band from Hoquiam, Washington, about 8,700 people live there. They fundraised $45,000 to get that team here. I mean, it's expensive. You got hotels and transportation, and hey, there he is. Who is that again? But he's furry. How are you doing? You want to help us unveil the Upside vehicle? Attaboy.
Okay,
all right, let's go do this. So here it is.
Got a brand new vehicle that we're going to show off first in the parade. Is that your tarp? Is that your green tarp from your shed?
Yeah, more when I'm doing my landscaping job.
Big budget
after
here.
hours. Yeah,
big budget. Okay, we ready for this?
I think so. So here it
Okay,
is.
the CHEK team, do a countdown for us here at 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And here it is.
Oh, for heaven's sake, look at this. It's been vandalized already.
It's been vandalized.
That's not funny.
Well, it's sort of funny.
That's just ignorant.
That's sort of funny.
Okay.
Hang on a second here. I'll take hair anywhere on my head.
There we go.
There
I
we
took a
go.
little hair off my actual stash there.
There we go. So
now
you will be part of the Upside mobile as you go down Douglas Street today.
Yeah, because you'll be doing the roving
I'm going to head
reporter.
back down. I got my bike ready. I'm going to head on my bike and get down to our broadcast location. But we are so pumped, and let's throw these on right now.
What do they like?
You look ridiculous.
Yeah, you look. You could use that. You could wear that. That works for you.
Speaking of acts in the parade,
yes.
I was hanging out with Stages.
You were. Stages Dance Company, and they've been around a long, long time. They're a big part of this parade, and here's a little sneak peek at what they've been doing to prepare for the 124th Victoria Day Parade.
As we get set for the 124th Thrifty Foods Victoria Day Parade, we check in with a mainstay, an important cog of what goes on, Stages Dance Company under the direction of Artistic Director Kim Braylon, and you must be excited for the big day.
The 124th year of doing the Victoria Day Parade. Now, we haven't been doing it that long, but I'm born and raised in Victoria, so I grew up watching the parade, and to be involved in the parade on this level now is just a dream come true. It's an exciting time for all the dancers. They get to get out there, they get to show their stuff, and they get to be part of this wonderful, amazing event put on by the Greater Victoria Festival Society.
How many years for stages?
Well, I've been going for 44 years.
I started when you were 3.
That's right, that's right. Over the last 10 years, we've been opening the parade in front of the judges' stand, and it's wonderful to watch because you start with, you know, like, what are these people doing? And then the crowds come, and we build the enthusiasm of the parade.
Yeah.
The event itself is just so much fun for the dancers, for families, friends, everybody.
Yeah.
It's just something you can't describe.
Just to see like all of like the community come together and watch us perform, and all like see the smiles on people's faces and see like all the generations come together and support like this amazing parade. And honestly, it's just such an amazing honor.
It comes once a year and it's like Christmas for us. It's really great, actually. I get to see my school and so many other groups perform as well as us, so it's a wonderful day.
I quite enjoy opening the parade, like the adrenaline of like getting there early, like being on the streets, like being able to perform for everyone and just watching like people gather around.
It's really exciting. It's nice to get to open it and then also be in it. It's just really cool to get to do both. It's always a little bit nervous to get to perform anywhere because it's new, but once you've done it a couple of times, it just becomes more fun every time.
Stages Dance Company, a huge part of the 124th Thrifty Foods Victoria Day Parade. They've given me the jacket, but don't worry, I will not be dancing. In fact, I pulled a muscle just watching.
Oh, I'm disappointed that Jeff King didn't try that spin move. I think he could have pulled it off, right?
I don't know. He's got some knee issues going on right now. We don't want to have to be carrying him along the parade route this year, Paul. But,
yeah, this Stages team is so fantastic. They've got all the right moves. And you know what? It was a bit of a chilly start in the shade to some areas, and they really warm things up. They warm up the crowd. They warm us up. This is the 66th year that CHEK has been part of the Victoria Day Parade. We are so honored. I'm not a big math guy, Stacey, but I believe that's more than half of all the parades that CHEK has been a part of. And one of the cool numbers that jumped out to me was 10. 10 is the magic number today. Tens of thousands of tourists bring in an estimated $10 million. And this is really cool. In the Friends of the Parade area, there's a group of 10 people from Morioka, Japan today.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. And you know, the other thing that's been a long-time parade tradition is the Victoria Day Douglas Mile, which just before the parade runners, many of them with Parkinson's or family members of people with Parkinson's, they run down Douglas in front of the parade all the way to City Hall, and all proceeds raised in that run go to the Parkinson Wellness Project. We've got so much still ahead for you this morning. We are just about set for the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade, and we will be back with more after a very short break. Stay with us.
Now for your marching moment, brought to you by Helijet. The Victoria Motorcycle Club first appeared in the Victoria Day Parade in 1927. They rode with no helmets for 50 years until 1967, when the police insisted they wear safety helmets for the parade.
Gordy's in the building, and he's all shook up because he can't help falling in love with Dodd's Easy Pay. 0 down, 0% interest, and 0 payments. OAC.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shake, rattle, and roll down to Dodd's.
It's what they drive.
This portion of the parade is made possible by Thrifty Foods. Eat happy.
And we will see Gordy Dodd very shortly in the 124th edition of the Victoria Day Parade, along with 80-plus other entries, a slew of marching bands, which are one of our favorite parts, I know, Paul, and of course our amazing military contingent, which traditionally leads off the parade here. And it's all getting started. The parade is underway. It is expected to be at our location about 9:25 or so. And of course, we will be bringing you all the action. But our Upside friends are doing a little something too.
Yeah, let's check in with them. Jeff, at last time we saw you, you were wearing a jacket, not quite dancing, but now you got the shades are rocking. What's going on down there?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty bright down here. It is. You guys look a little ridiculous, too. Yeah. Well, I guess guests are going already.
Yeah. So this is the Screaming Eagles Marching Band from Abbotsford, BC. They're in behind us. You're going to talk to one of the young men
I was going to talk to Tyson, but I'm not sure if I want to interrupt the band here right away.
Yeah.
How many in the band, Tyson?
Close to 100.
Wow, terrific. And so you're here from Abbotsford, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, son, you're going to be leading the band here today. Should be excited.
Yep.
You've been in this parade a lot of times, so the band has. How many for you?
This will be my second time. I did this once when I was in grade 7, but now I'm in grade 12.
Yeah. Well, it's a great looking band. I love the uniforms, are fantastic. We're going to let you play a little. How about that?
All right, that sounds good.
Here they are, the Screaming Eagles, MEI, the Mennonite Education Institute. So do I. Here we go, everyone at home. They're fantastic. Yeah. So good. Thank you, guys.
Awesome job.
MEI, the Screaming Eagles Band, one of many bands here. The bands are such a big part of the parade, and we're going to show you all of them here as the broadcast continues. But what we're going to show you here right now is a little event that you attended last week, go-karting. This is the Vancouver Island Karting Association, and these people know how to rip around that track.
Out of the Vancouver Island Motorsports Circuit, and we are proud to be with the Vancouver Island Karting Association. My buddy Jerry Vance right here, and give us a little bit of background on the association, Jerry.
We've started from 10 carts when we first came here, and now we're up to 180.
Wow.
Last week. We are probably 120 carts in our club, and then we had out-of-towners, so it's growing unbelievably huge over a period of 4 years.
Talk about the age gap sort of, because you got the youngsters here, and we got some guys like even older than this old guy here.
Yeah, that'd be me. Our youngest is 5 years old. They're allowed to start at 5, and they're called baby cadets. And then the kids that can start on this track have to be 8 during the year. So we've got from 8 to 70 in our club that can actually run on this racetrack.
Okay, how fast are these little machines going?
Well, we're looking at various kinds of carts. That one there's a 2-stroke. He probably goes 65. We don't have any 2-strokes here for the seniors. They're about 80, 83 miles an hour down the straightaways, yes.
Yeah, that's faster than my truck, Jerry.
Well, you just have to push on the gas pedal. It'll get there.
So the 124th Thrifty Foods Victoria Day Parade coming up. Your inaugural parade, how excited is the association?
Oh, we're over the top.
Yeah.
We'll have music. We'll have carts starting in the parade, sitting on the trailer. We're looking forward to it.
How do you think the dad bod's going to fit into the racing suit?
Well, you'll fit a lot better than I do. You're way slimmer than I am. And if I can fit, you can do it. I might have to stuff your seat a bit so you don't fall out.
What about a big N on the back?
I think L.
Overall, I really like the sport. I like how it works and the different motors. It's a high performance engine. So, yeah.
Well, I'm a low performance broadcaster, so I think I should fit in just fine here.
It's fun.
It's fun?
Yeah.
What's fun? Going fast?
Yeah.
You're going to be in the parade on Monday. Do you want to practice your wave to the crowd? Oh, hello. I'm Alex J. I ride go-karts. I'm a karter.
I'm super excited to get to show the community what we do and who we are and try to get more people out. It is a great family-friendly, safe sport. We've built such a great community here.
Do you get a little aggressive out there, though? Does the mindset change once you're behind the wheel?
Absolutely. Once you're in the pits, everything changes. You gotta flip everything.
Friends off?
Friends off. Friends off.
The 124th Thrifty Foods Victoria Day Parade featuring the Vancouver Island Karting Association. Did I win the race out there, guys?
Yeah.
Yes! Winner! Sadly, I was lapped terribly. I think we did 7 laps up there.
Yeah, it was, I was losing interest trying to cheer for you there, frankly. I was with you for the first 2 laps, and then I thought, this guy's not going to
tough
make it.
getting out. I had to get some help getting out of that cart. There's the cute kids with Solar by Shift.
Yeah.
And we've got Sunny and Solar. Sunny and Solar. Tell us about Shift.
Shift is a solar and energy storage company, so we install solar panels and batteries.
Nice.
And so we're here today. We're a Vancouver Island company expanding across Canada, and we're here today to just be a part of the community. Like you said, I'm Sunny the Sun.
Yep.
This is Soli, sure.
Soli.
Just
Soli, Sonny and Soli.
We just named him right now, solar panel. We work very well together. We're a great team.
I love it. Yeah, now thankfully these are not the real deal. You'd be having a back injury by now.
It'd be a workout for sure.
Yeah. But it's the way to go, right?
Let's see
Solar
how the
panels,
kids are.
that's, you know,
Absolutely.
make your own power.
Totally.
How's it going in here, guys? Good. Some 9 a.m. suckers, is that what we're having? Yeah. All right.
Going back all the way to the 90s.
All the way to the
These
90s.
jackets go to the 90s.
Oh, we are so excited. The 124th Thrifty Foods Victoria Day Parade. The parade route will be going past Paul and Stacy soon, guys. You must be getting excited.
Oh, we can't wait, guys. It's just going to be great. And we keep glancing in that direction to see when we're going to see the amazing beginning of the parade. And, you know, we saw the Screaming Eagles. We saw the Vancouver Island Karting Association. And you know what? Our judges this year, I think, are going to have the most difficult task in trying to determine winners here. A shout out to the judging panel, Sherry Robertson, Mike Ketty, Sandra King, Scott McInnes, and our auditor, Cassandra Neeson. I don't know how they're going to decide.
No kidding.
I don't know.
Of course, a big shout out to Executive Director Kelly Curtis. She makes this parade tick every year. And for you counting at home, that is 2 costume changes for Jeff King thus far in this parade. We're going to take a very short break. You are watching the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade.
Now for your marching moment, brought to you by Helijet. In 1948, men from the USS Carmack led the Victoria Day Parade up Yates Street. The destroyer Minesweeper had docked in the inner harbor the previous day, just in time for all the festivities.
Checkups to children's cleanings, implants to aesthetics. Downtown Dental Victoria performs everything in-house for a healthy, beautiful smile. When it's time to think about your teeth, think downtown. Downtown Dental Victoria at Blanchard and Yates.
The parade is brought to you in part by Downtown Dental, in the heart of downtown.
Taking it. Welcome back to the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. We are getting closer and closer and closer.
You can feel a buzz building on the streets for sure. Everyone's sort of getting their spot. They're lining up. You can see the tension is certainly building.
You know, and the thing is that a lot of people have come and set up camp there on the side of Douglas Street just in the last few minutes, but not everyone. When I drove in this morning about 6:45, there were already people lined up getting the prime spots, and I'm going to say, Paul, I don't think I've ever seen as many Canucks jerseys on the parade route.
No kidding. Well, of course,
today.
Game 7 tonight. That's well said. And actually, the drive into a parade is one of my favorite parts of the entire parade. I just miss catching that. But yeah, you're driving in, and there's a marching band going through a crosswalk. There's a classic car, which you always have to yield to, of course. But it was just it's always such a good vibe around Victoria on parade day.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what? There are so many great moments that are going to be made here this morning, but so many great moments we've experienced in the past. Here's one of them with the penny farthing, folks. Enjoy.
Now for your marching moment, brought to you by Helijet. A Victoria man named Jack A. Leonard, who owned his own one-man chimney sweep business in Victoria, owned 20 different kinds of bicycles dating from 1885 to 1910. His favorite was his penny farthing, which has a large wheel in front and a small one behind. He had 6 penny farthings, the first one built specifically for the parade.
I think that's us.
I think it is. And in the background, I think that's a funky one.
It's funky. Where's Arlo? Which one's Arlo?
Right there.
Arlo.
Arlo, how you doing? So Arlo, you guys are all Reynolds graduates. You were all in this parade before with the Reynolds marching band.
Yes, we were. Yeah, we had a great time.
So you put this together. You funded this yourself to get some funk in this parade.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's what the parade was missing, honestly. Oh, yeah. It's got everything. It's got marching bands, it's got dancers. What it doesn't have is funky people playing funky music.
Right. And that's where bolts. You do your own bolts? You do all your own bolts?
That was the lovely parents doing the bolts.
Well, they're very realistic. It's good.
Arlo, you're on the horn? On the horn. What are you guys going to play for us? We're live right now.
Work for a living.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we're going to play I Work for a Living.
All right. Okay. Here they are. Funky. Their first parade.
Okay,
yes. Here we go. Take it away.
Come on, y'all. Sing along with me.
Don't you understand? I work for a living. I have big, big fun whenever I can. Don't you understand? I work for a living. Have a real good time with friends of mine.
Well, there they are. Yeah. Funky. This is one rock and roll band here, my God. And you got to remember that 2 of their members had to run about 3 blocks to make it to the live
Yeah, that's right.
shot here. So
I gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go.
I gotta go. I'm gonna head down to the parade route.
So I'm gonna be left alone. No, I'm not gonna be left alone.
You're not.
I got a guy.
You got a guy?
Yeah, I got a guy.
You got a guy?
can go because I got a guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I got a guy.
Okay, you're in good hands. See you later.
All right. Now it's just him and me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
back to you.
Amazing.
Looks good, the strong silent type there. Yeah, Eddie, you can really fly now. Thank you so much, Ed and Jeff. And yes, Jeff's hopping on a bike. He's going to be heading down here. He's going to be part of the roving camera, the Joan Wallace Driving School roving camera, in fact. And we just want to give another quick shout out to our amazing sponsors who make all of this possible. We're talking Dodds Furniture, Downtown Dental, Victoria, and Thrifty Foods. They are presenting sponsors, but also our participating sponsors, HeliJet, Joan Wallace Driving School, Totem Towing, and Sunbelt Rentals. You make this possible.
Yeah, sure do. And you know what? These are great companies. They're committed to the community. That's why they're joining us to present this broadcast to you. And you know, Downtown Dental, they offer services in English, French, Tagalog, Mandarin, Cantonese, and Punjabi. They're right here in the heart of downtown. So we always want to give to the love to the people that are, the businesses that are showing us the love here for the parade. So if you're looking for a dentist, I would recommend them for sure.
They're adding AI technology to their services as well, which is very, very cool. When it comes to the Joan Wallace Driving School, they want you to drive 10 and 2 and on the right side of the road. On a parade, it's okay to drive down the middle of the road,
But
which
just today.
will be happening. And this is really cool. There's accessible tent area where people can watch the parade. It's also available in sign language for people to watch as well. So there's no shortage of options for people to enjoy the day, Stacey.
Absolutely. And just one mention, Gordy Dodd, he does so much for
He's
the
the
community.
best.
Again, a great sponsor. And he's inviting everyone to join him at the 3rd annual One World Multicultural Festival immediately following the parade here. Just behind us here, right behind City Hall. Free admission. It's a celebration of community, entertainment, bouncy castles. There's a ton of stuff set up here behind us. There's tons of tents. It's going to be a really, really fun after party for when the parade wraps
You know,
up.
it's really great. You can hear the parade making its way. Obviously, the dance troupe is getting everyone going, but you can start hearing the sounds and the cheers as they make their way down, and you can see, oh, yeah,
They're
the
coming.
streets are lining. They're coming indeed. We're going to take another really short break here. You are watching the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade.
Now for your marching moment, brought to you by HeliJet. In the 1928 parade, one of the highlighted floats was the exhibit of Tyler's Goat Dairy, Lake Hill. It showed 5 goats in a pen. The display stressed goat's milk for health.
Gordy's in the building, and he's all shook up because he can't help falling in love with Dodds Easy Pay. 0 down, 0% interest, and 0 payments. OAC.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shake, rattle, and roll down to Dodds.
It's got to drive.
The Victoria Day Parade is brought to you in part by Dodds Furniture and Mattress, with locations in Victoria and Campbell River.
Welcome back to CHEK's 66th live broadcast of the Victoria Day Parade. That's something to be proud of for sure. And you know, the military contingent always leads off our parade, and we're so grateful for it. And it's such a wonderful, magical part of the parade. And we are so grateful this year to have Chief Petty Officer First Class Stan Button here with us to offer his expertise. Stan, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And Stan, you have a long history with this parade. You first marched in it 28 years ago.
Yes, when I first moved here from the east coast of Canada in 1996, I was here literally a month, and it was my first time marching in this parade.
Wow.
I also marched in this in 19 in 1999.
1999. You're from Newfoundland, correct, Stan?
I'm originally from St. John's, Newfoundland.
Well,
yes.
first and foremost, thank you so much for your service. But this is a nostalgic day for you as well, isn't it?
It is, because within the next couple of months, I'm actually releasing from the Canadian Armed Forces. So it's kind of making this really become full circle that I'm actually back out here one last time to where I began and where I'm going to end up.
Oh, well, we're so glad you're here, and we look forward to finding out more and helping you guide us through the wonderful military contingent that is just a little ways away from you right now.
They are.
But let's head back one more time to Ed Bain in the marshalling area down near Mayfair Mall. Ed?
Well, here I am. Look up. Look way up. Up in the top rack here at the hop-on, hop-off bus. Wilson's Transportation has taken all kinds of tourists around our beautiful city over the years. And today they're taking all kinds of beautiful musicians around the parade route. And this is Janet here, who heads up the... do you head up the band?
Not the band. I'm the executive director of FOM Music Society.
Okay, and that is what now? That's Friends of...
Oh, Friends of Music, yeah. And we're providing musical opportunities for people just in aid of mental health.
Isn't that great? And what a great thing that is to get you through some issues. Music is a great healer, isn't it?
It is. And there's room for everybody at Friends of Music, whether you're a volunteer, you're here as a supportive friend, or it's part of your wellness plan.
So how do people, say if we got somebody watching at home that this would be a good fit for, how would they get a hold of you?
info@friendsofmusic.ca, but you can take a picture of the bus and we got our QR code just right.
And then you get right on that.
Right on our website, right on.
How long have you played here?
Oh, I think about 10 years at least. So I'm usually in the office, but sometimes they let me out.
Well, I'm sure it's great. I'm going to look forward to hearing you guys on the parade route.
Yeah, and we've got Ben is our musical director. Yeah.
Let's get a wave out of everybody. You can introduce everybody.
Oh, don't ask.
Oh, don't ask that. Okay, that's too much. All right, let's just get a wave from all the band here. Great to see everybody. Well, listen, Janet, this is a great program that you're involved in, and keep it going.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming and seeing us. Yeah.
Friends of Music up top here on the hop-on, hop-off bus from Wilson's Transportation. And we are going to be throwing it back now to Paul and Stacy and seeing what's going on down on the parade route.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ed, and make sure you hop off that safely. We want to make sure that you can walk with the rest of the CHEK contingent down the parade route, and we're getting very close now, Stace.
Oh, we are, and you know, a new thing that CHEK has added to its broadcast this year is the multiple boxes you'll see on your screen. So we call it kind of a jewelry box. So some of the special things will happen up in one corner of the screen, but we are going to show the parade in its entirety for you. You won't miss a thing, and I know that's so important for all the thousands of parents and grandparents and fans and friends who want to see their son, daughter, granddaughter who is taking part in the parade this year. So it looks just like this. You'll be able to see everything. You won't miss a thing.
Shout out to Director Kevin, our whole control room team we came with the crazy idea, and he said, sure, yeah, let's make it happen. And shout out to Marcus up top there. He's in the bucket getting all those incredible shots. You can see everything is making its way here close to City Hall, and we are almost getting ready for parade time.
Oh, gosh, there it is. I can see it. It's almost coming up behind us. Before we get there, another quick thanks to Joel Properties for their help on location this morning. Marshalling for the parade the last few decades, as always, the local Lions Club. They do such a great job. And, of course, thanks for all those groups that make this event possible. The province of BC, BC Fairs and Festival Grant, the City of Victoria, Arts and Culture, Municipality of Saanich, the Esquimalt Lions Club, and Central Walk Mayfair Mall. Thanks so much to all of you for all your support.
Yes, a big thank you indeed. And we mentioned, of course, the Stages dance team. Jeff did such a great story with them. I also want to give a shout out to Jane B., the Queen of Hearts stilt walker. She was walking around these parts, getting all the crowd revved up. She learned to walk on stilts back in 1999. She said it's possible for anyone to be able to walk on stilts after 5 to 8 hours. I'm not so sure about
I don't think so. And she tells us a really funny story about one event she did at a farm festival where she was walking in a marshy field and her stilts actually sank into the ground slowly. And so she said she toppled over in slow motion. But one of the very few times she's ever fallen on the stilts. So what a great addition to the parade to get us all warmed up and ready to go.
Yeah, warmed up indeed. And things are certainly warmed up here. Everyone is ready. The stage certainly set. The stages, I guess, set. And as we get underway, the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade is officially a go.
Amazing. And you can see our title sponsor there, Thrifty Foods, on that banner. And something that we usually feature in our parade is the town crier. And Kenny Podmore has done this since time began.
Yes.
And Kenny Podmore is sadly feeling a little bit under the weather today, so he's not able to be with us. But we wish him a very, very speedy recovery at home. Kenny, we miss you and hope you'll feel better soon.
Yeah, we're thinking of you for sure, Kenny. As you can see, the Thrifty Foods banner is leading us off here on Parade Day. 27 stores for Thrifty Foods in communities across Vancouver Island, Salt Spring, the Lower Mainland, and a big shout out to Thrifties. They opened up their 27th store just this past week on Thursday over in White Rock. So a big congratulations to Thrifty Foods.
And you can hear them playing the Naden Band of the Royal Canadian Navy, led by Drum Major Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Braden Wise. In operation since 1940, 35 professional full-time musicians out there. Shall we have a little listen?
Oh, I love listening to some bands. Let's have a hear. Just sounded fantastic. Stan, talk to me about the importance of the Naden Band here.
So the Naden Band, actually, with Braden Wise in the front, a really good friend of mine, actually. They're a role model of service, discipline, musical excellence. They regularly engage in the community with collaborations with musical institutions in the local community. For example, they did a little mini concert yesterday on the Legislature lawn. And they also do such events as when the Max Bernays was commissioned over in Vancouver a couple of weeks ago. They were one of the key elements that actually took part and actually was provided musical entertainment for that.
Now, Stan, talk about what it's like to march in the parade. I mean, it's a super important event for all the members of our armed forces who are here. Just tell us what it means to be part of that.
It's extremely important to take part. It's not only a chance for us to show how proud we are of the community that we're in, but it actually gives us a chance to actually show that we're part of your community. What a lot of people don't realize is that there's 5,000 people who are actually military members here in Victoria.
Wow.
And we always love the opportunity to come out and just be there and just show who we are, because a lot of people don't realize that we're here in your community and we're actually part of your key community.
Yeah, well, it's very well said, Stan. And again, thank you for your service. Thank you to everyone who has served for the service over the years. And I got to say, Stan, you're a pro already. You had a marching band going behind you. You were able to think of your thoughts. This is very impressive. And what we're seeing now is the CFP Esquimalt marching contingent. This is a 32-person Canadian Forces-based Esquimalt marching contingent comprised of various units throughout the formation. They've come together for this event, and this is what you're talking about with the marching and making sure that you're showing exactly what we are and what we do, right?
Exactly, and what you're seeing here on the screen right now, this is the Canadian Scottish Regiment Princess Mary's Pipes and Drums. And they're the infantry regiment that's based here on Vancouver Island. They're the authorized band. The long distinguished history of military history that dates back before the First World War, as a matter of fact. Some of the events they've recently done, they were at Fortissimo, Victoria this past Saturday at Topaz Park, along with the Naden Band, the U.S. Marine Band. And at the end of the month, they're going to be playing in the Okanagan Military Tattoo. And later in June, they'll be traveling to Halifax to participate in the Royal Nova Scotia International Tattoo as well.
And you talk about the pride of walking in a parade. What does it mean for the families? Because family is such an important part of military. When the family comes out to watch this as well, that's an important piece of this, isn't it?
It is extremely important. Growing up here, my kids loved seeing me when I was actually as part of the parade. Even if I was just marshalling or if I was just at the beginning trying to organize, getting people to where they needed to be. And they just loved me being part of that and just doing that.
And we just had a look at the Korean Veterans Association. Yeah. We've got the Army, Navy, Air Force Veterans Color Party as well. And you know what, I think that it reminds us when we watch these contingents in the parade just how expansive our military is and how many branches there are, how many different contingents there are.
Yeah, there are completely different branches. So here in Victoria, we have the Army, Navy, and Air Force.
Sorry, I just have to interrupt you, Stan. That's Mary Griffin. She's a member of the Tour de Rock Riders this year, and she, of course, is a longtime CHEK employee, and we're so proud that she's taking part. She's going to do a great job. Sorry, Stan.
No, don't worry, because I just saw my friend Liam Kenny in there as well. So he's actually part of the Tour de Rock team as well.
That's what the parade's all about. You see friends, you see family members, you wave to them, and yes, we saw Mary Griffin. We see Steve Foster and his son, the first father and son who are going to be riding in the Tour de Rock together this year. But again, Stan, pick up where you left off there.
Okay.
Wait, tell us more about it.
So what we're seeing here on the screen right now is we're seeing the actually the cadet corps. So this is the Navy cadets that are starting to march by right now, and there are nearly 8,000 Sea Cadets between the ages of 12 to 18 in 230 communities across Canada.
And of course, representatives of the South Vancouver Island Royal Canadian Legion, and we saw the Tour de Rock team, and yeah, it's the youth is really important in seeing the cadets and encouraging them to take advantage of these kind of programs.
So this is actually pretty interesting here. This is the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band. They were established during World War II and deactivated for service in various Marine units in 1952 at the Marine Corps Air Station in Miami, Florida, when they were actually brought back together in support of the conflict in Korea.
Oh, wow.
So they're actually based right now in MCAS Miramar in California, and they're up here for the weekend to play different concerts and just to do some collaboration.
Amazing. We saw the Navy League as well, and love the band. You can hear them right behind us.
Sometimes you just can't compete with a tuba.
And here's HMCS Malahan, Royal Canadian Navy Reserve Division. They do such great work, such important work here in Canada.
Yeah, and behind them you'll see all the different vehicles that are coming from the Ashton Armory. They're based up in Val-Alman here in town, and they were established in 1994 with the efforts to maintain and honor the histories of the local medical, logistics, communication, military police units.
Yeah, the armory there. It is so important, and a lot of people drive by and say, oh, what's going on there? You see some of these vehicles that are parked on the side, and it's nice to see them showcased and show people what we're doing and what they're doing each and every day. And we didn't get to quickly mention the cadets, but talk about the importance of young people getting involved in military service at that age.
So they're actually not in military service, they're actually learning how to be great citizens.
Right, okay.
And with that, they do citizenship, they do leadership, they promote physical fitness.
I love that.
And it's a really great team building activity where they actually will interact with in a safe spot. The program's completely free to everyone.
Wow.
And they will take anyone, and some of them have become great leaders. I'm pretty if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the present Chief of Defense Staff actually came up through the cadet program.
Wow.
Back when he was a young lad 40 plus years ago.
Wow. Cool.
But it's just great to see, because you see so many great leaders and so many great people that come out and have come out of that program. And I have a lot of friends that are actually part of that program.
Also in the parade this year, the 39th SVC Battalion. We're so glad that they are taking part this year as we look at more vehicles from the Ashton Armories.
Right. Some of these vehicles are actually older than I am, and which is kind of scary to say, but they are.
The museum seeks to maintain, honor, and promote the histories of our local communications, logistic, medical, and military police units, their Canadian Forces branches, and predecessor, the Army Corps. And it's funny, they drive by and each person sees that we're live on a parade and wants to honk the horn. I think it just give a little.
Well, I'd like to think it's us, Paul. It may be the judges, because the judges are a little bit behind us and off to the north
I
of
think
us.
it might be a little of both, because I sasaw a guy look over and kind of give me the eye like, did you get that, make it on TV? It certainly did, sir.
Absolutely, and we love it. I mean, the sounds of the parade are one of my favorite parts, whether it's the honking of horns, whether it's the music, the singing, the bands, and we have another wonderful musical entry coming up right now. The Scottish Regiment. Is this Scottish Regiment?
It is.
Princess Mary's Pipes and Drums. Yeah.
So, under the
The Scottish Regiment is an infantry unit in the Army Reserve of the Canadian Armed Forces, and I think we should have a listen.
Let's listen. Let's do it. This year, the Canadian Scottish Regiment Pipes and Drums, joined by the Regimental Pipes and Drums and Dancers of the Calgary Highlanders, the 400 Squadron RCAF Pipes and Drums, Lake Superior Scottish Regiment, and the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing Band from the U.S. Marine Corps, all the way from Miramar, California.
Oh, the Lake Superior Scottish Regiment. So when I actually served in Thunder Bay, Ontario for 3 years, and that's exactly where they're based out of. And it's great to see them out here on the parade today.
Amazing. And it's been great to have you with us, Chief Petty Officer First Class Stan Budden. We appreciate your expertise and insight so much, and good luck on this next chapter of your career.
Thank
you so much for your 3 decades plus service for the Canadian military. It's been a great pleasure.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here today with you.
All right, my friends, you know what that is. That is the Thrifty Foods buggy, as mentioned, offering 27 stores and communities right across Vancouver Island, Salt Spring Island, and the Lower Mainland. And they support so many wonderful organizations of all kinds in our community: Orange Shirt Society, BC Special Olympics, and hundreds more. Everyone at Thrifty is so excited to be here and see all the families lining the streets, and they're just such a wonderful, wonderful supporter of this parade and their community.
Yeah, of course, one of the presenting sponsors of this parade, Thrifty Foods, along with Dodds Furniture, and of course, Downtown Dental Victoria. And you know what time it is. It is time for the Victoria Police Department, leading this year's Vic PD entry, Chief Constable Del Manick, of course, and Deputy Chief Jason Laidman. And they've got the old police car. It still operates, which is good.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative. We could get our friends at Totem Towing to...
There's Del. Hey, Del. Yeah,
that's Chief Del Manick for sure. And you know what? The and Jeff, are you under arrest?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I got pulled over on the walk down the street. Del, talk about this great parade and what it means to our community.
Well, it's just amazing. This actually is probably the largest turnout I've seen in the last number of years. Weather's great. So many families out here. And by the way, the count is about 100 Canuck jerseys to about 2 Oilers jerseys. Canuck Nation is represented here. Yeah, it's a great time. So just really appreciate it. Do you actually have credentials to be here?
I don't have credentials, so you can haul me away right now, Del. Okay, see you guys.
Oh, well, it was bound to happen before too long anyways.
For sure.
I love the old police vehicle. It is very, very cool to see. When you see that Rover, you know you can find an officer, professional staff member, special municipal constable, or reserve constable. Yes, just doing such great work in our community, Stacey.
Absolutely, and then they use it to help engage citizens of Victoria and Esquimalt, of course, and they want to have conversations about the police department and raise awareness about community values and recruiting, too. Vic PD is always looking for some new members, for sure.
Yeah, that's right. I have some friends, after I moved from Vancouver to Victoria, saying, hey, do you know if Vic PD is hiring? Because it looks pretty nice over there. They absolutely are, and you should certainly look into it. And we're looking now at Victoria Fire, the Victoria Fire Department Honor Guard, leading the group, following by the historical vehicles. They got the steamer, the bumper trucks, and I think they have a 52 Kenworth and a 62 LaFrance, but you might actually have more knowledge on that than I would.
What, are you calling me old, Paul?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Not at all. No, you're a car gal. You know your stuff.
Well, I think we'll see those vehicles coming up
There
here
they
in
are,
just a moment, but Oh, my favorite part of the parade is the horses, absolutely. And these are beauties. These amazing relic, the 1899 Charles Redfern steamer. It was in service until 1911, and retired members of the Vic Fire team maintain this amazing vehicle. It weighs 9,000 pounds, but that is no problem for these tally-ho horses. They had their own horses, of course, pulling it back in the day, but the tally-ho horses are stepping in very well to do duty here in the parade this year, and it is just spectacular. Can you imagine? Can you just think of the hours and hours it takes to maintain those beautiful historical vehicles? What a wonderful job the volunteers do.
Yeah, you mentioned 1912 is when they added an engine, or articulated, as they say, to drive the steamer. Horses no longer needed, but they are certainly needed at our parade, I would say, and they add so much. The Victoria Fire Department's actually been part of the Victoria Day Parade for more than 100 years, so obviously a staple of this community and an important day for them as well, Stace.
Absolutely, and if you want to see that beautiful steamer, it lives at number 2 Hall on Michigan Street, so stop by and check it out. Those who take care of it are very, very proud, and they love to show it off.
Yeah, the
Amazing.
Joan Wallace Driving School roving cam is actually a horse camera at this point, and there's the vehicles I was talking about. My father-in-law would kick me if I didn't know which one these were, but I believe it's the 52 Kenworth we just saw there. But some of the older vehicles, some of the old fire vehicles are just so cool to see. And like you said, it takes so long to actually maintain them, make sure they're operational, but they really are a labor of love for the people who do this, Stacey.
Absolutely. And you know, the history is such a great part of this parade, and the very first parade, of course, held May 24th, 1898 to honor Queen Victoria's 79th birthday. Queen Victoria reigned from 1837 to 1901, the second longest reign of any other British monarch in history. She was only 18 when
that
she became
is
queen.
wild. All right, I believe Jeff King is on the parade route with another special guest. Jeff, you broke out of your police cuffs and now you're on a fire truck, I believe.
First the police, now the fire department. I'm making my rounds. Ted Alexis helps keep these machines going. How exciting is it for you guys to be in this parade again each and every year, Ted?
Oh my gosh, it's just a great year. We got a great day, and who could ask for anything more? Everything's working well.
Everything's working well, that's good.
Yeah, the horses are well lubed and we're fine. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good seeing you back in the parade again this year, my friend.
Thank you, Jeff. Yep, good to see you.
Well, Jeff, that is just a beautiful vehicle, and you know, that might be my preferred ride. If I was going to ride along the parade route, would be in that vehicle. And again, the historical society group that worked on those trucks is just incredible. Victoria Ready, we see them along our parade route. The City of Victoria Emergency Management Program as well. They empower every person, business, and organization to prepare for emergencies. Not going to say it, but we live on the fault line, everyone.
Yes, well said.
It could happen.
Enough said.
It's not going to happen right now.
No, but yeah, the vehicles you're going to be seeing here, they have an emergency support van. The van responds on scene following a house fire or other emergencies to meet with and support the evacuated residents. Also an ATV just in front of that van there. That's an all-terrain vehicle, of course. It's a side-by-side. It provides quick access to areas which are not easily reachable within larger vehicles, and that is so very important. And there you see the ATV. We want to give a shout out to the amazing volunteers. They dedicate hundreds of hours each year to serve their communities.
Absolutely. And you know what? We've got the Victoria Fire Department, and the Greater Victoria Muscular Dystrophy is the charity that they champion every single year. Since 1985, they have supported the muscular dystrophy.
It's a blinking nose.
Society, and they've been in the parade since 1975. Of course, Muscular Dystrophy Canada provides programs and services, research and advocacy to support people affected by neuromuscular disorders. And you know, the firefighters are out there with their boots collecting money every year, and they always appreciate your support. And we know that the fire trucks are definitely a hit with the kids, Paul.
Oh, always a hit with the kids and with news anchors, it turns out. I'm a big fan of the fire departments, and behind Victoria Fire, you have Saanich Fire and the Saanich Firefighters Charitable Foundation. They were founded back in 2001, operated by members of Saanich Fire Local 967 through countless volunteers' hours. They raise tens of thousands of dollars every year to carry out their mandate of supporting youth in Saanich, and they do such a fantastic job at it.
Oh, they do. They work with the Kids Run Victoria, volunteering time and money to raise money for pediatric oncology. They join a CRD firefighter charity groups to donate to the Victoria Hospital Foundation. Big donations there, a 10-year pledge, $250,000 a year to the Victoria Hospitals Foundation.
Boop, boop. Yeah, you know they do. Yeah, you mentioned the Kids Run. That just happened recently in Tillicum, and it's so important. And they got 3 fire stations, Uptown, Royal Oak, University of Victoria. Fire station number 2 in Royal Oak. You've probably driven by it. It's close to Commonwealth Pool there. It's currently under construction. You might think, what's going there? Well, a new state-of-the-art fire hall is scheduled to be complete in 2026, and I live relatively close in that neighborhood. I can't wait to see what they do with that area. But yeah, they got the horns blasting today. They're celebrating.
They sure are, and I think I saw an apparatus from Colwood Fire Department as well. And don't worry, my friends, there are enough fire trucks left in your communities that if anything happened, you'd be well taken care of. Here's a fire truck from View Royal.
Yeah.
And it's a real fraternity among firefighters. My dad was a volunteer firefighter in Minnesota for many, many, many years, and it is a fraternity.
It really is.
It's a brotherhood and sisterhood, and all the firefighters really have a connection and affiliation to each other, so I know many of them are glad to be out here together today.
Shout out to Colwood Rescue Engine 52. I turned around and gave him the pole horn sign, and he gave me a real big one, so I apologize. I was right in the middle of what you were saying.
And that was really important words, Paul. That's all good.
No, it is important words, and I do thank every single firefighter for sure. We've got Royal Canadian Marine Search and Rescue right now, Stace.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I went out in one of these vessels earlier this year, and it was a wonderful experience. It was a highlight of my life for sure, being out there, and a group of highly skilled volunteers who dedicate so much time to providing 24-hour-a-year emergency search and rescue services here in Victoria, and the training that's required for these folks to get out there and get on the water. I mean, it's years of volunteer work, hours and hours and hours over a number of years to get the training required to be out there, and there's no place else they'd rather be. They love it, and they do such a great job.
They really do. They take it so seriously, but it's also a labor of love, you can tell, and they do such amazing work. The Canadian Coast Guard following them, a special operating agency with Fisheries Oceans Canada, of course, working to ensure the safety of mariners in Canadian waters and protect Canada's marine environment. Again, really, really highly skilled people, and a big thank you to them.
Oh, and that float is always a highlight of the
awesome
parade, built by Jeff Cox. Of course, replicas of a large tender ship, the replica Sir Wilfrid Laurier tender ship, and the Estevan Point Lighthouse. Just a real treat to see every year.
All right, let's turn things back over to Mr. Jeff King, who's along the parade route. Jeff?
Yeah, with the BC Aviation Museum team, this is Julia beside us. And what is this, Julia?
We have the fuselage of our FM 104 Lancaster bomber.
Wow.
So what you see is our most complete restoration piece, and also the most roadworthy.
Okay.
We're delighted to show it off today because our volunteers have been hard at work polishing this, getting it all put together, temporary rivets, some real riveting, and it's an amazing piece of work.
Well, that is riveting for sure. Enjoy the parade.
Thank you.
That was a piece of the Martin Mars water bomber that was on display in the parade route there, and we love the Martin Mars, and we're so excited that it's going to end up at the museum later on this year.
Yeah, it is fantastic, and that Lancaster that she's talking about, the FM 104 Lancaster, that was part of the fuselage where the pilot sit. So a big shout out to the BC Aviation Museum. Behind them, you saw the Green Party of Canada, of course, the Green Party led by Elizabeth May, who's walking on the parade. She just said, "Hey, CHEK, woot woot," is what I heard Elizabeth May say right behind us. So.
Amazing. And boy, here we have our first high school marching band, and I'm so excited. The Reynolds Secondary School Marching Band, led by amazing Jamie Davis, 150-piece ensemble, participating in their 57th Victoria Day Parade. Grade 9 to 12 students who also participate in the students' concert bands and jazz bands. And I expect they're going to break into song here as they approach the judges' tent.
Oh, yeah. Let's have a listen.
Military Escort, composed by Henry Fillmore.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, you can hear the cheering from all the crowd. They're loving that. That was, as you mentioned, Military Escort, composed by Henry Fillmore. Now, they start rehearsing their parade music at the beginning of January, seeing band classes as soon as kids return from winter break. And I got to say, I love those jackets, too. I think I got to wear them. It's kind of the CHEK colors, those jackets, I think.
They look great, and we just saw the Mustard Seed, Vancouver Island's most accessible food bank, offering great, valuable food and services to our vulnerable and food insecure population here, and they are the charity partner of choice for the Greater Victoria Festival Society.
Yes, and behind them, the Giza Shriners. Since 1957, they love to entertain all the children twice a year during the Victoria Day Parade and the Santa Claus Parade. The clown Loki is the signature float of the Shriners in Victoria. Thank you again for what you do.
And there you see Victoria Mayor Marianne Alto greeting all the parade goers as they go by. City of Victoria, great supporter of this parade over the years, of course. We couldn't do that without them. And you know what? A shout out to the Festival Society, because we wouldn't be here without their hard work. The Board of Directors, Festival Society President Laura Cooper, Vice President Barb Colchis, Secretary Stacey Houston, Treasurer Katie Getz, Director Kim Breland, and Communications Director Connie McConnell. Thanks so much for all your hard work.
And that, I believe, is Loki. Is this correct? Look at that. Oh, I see another Canucks jersey. Nice to McGillney. Nice. We're going vintage there. And these are the clowns doing their thing on the parade route. And that is quite the train. My goodness.
Oh, it is. The train is always such a popular and wonderful part of our parade. We're so grateful to see it every year and how beautifully it's maintained. The Shrine Clowns, like all Shriners, raise money for Shriners Hospitals for Children, which is a free hospital for all ill children. And locally, the Giza Shriners of BC Yukon started here in Victoria on June 11th, 1902, if you can believe it, and now represents the largest geographical jurisdiction in the Shriners organization.
Yeah, engine number 9, and that is the number 9 engine making their way. Hey, guys, lots of waves, lots of face paint. Oh, making their way even on the set here. We got a clown on set here. Get on. Get in here. There we go. How's the parade going so far?
It's been fantastic.
How's it? Well, thank you for coming by. Thanks for stopping by. We had security here. Somehow that got impenetrated. A clown can break through. I guess that's fair.
Absolutely. I'll make an exception for the clowns any day.
Send in the clowns.
And here we have in their colorful purple Job's Daughters, the international Masonic group affiliated with youth organization that for girls and young women aged 10 to 20. The purpose of this organization to band together young girls striving to build character through moral and spiritual development.
And again, a big thank you to all our presenting sponsors, Dodds Furniture and Mattress, Downtown Dental Victoria, and Thrifty Foods. You know, we've just really gotten underway on this parade, but it feels like we're starting to ramp up a little bit. The sun is shining, people are happy, everyone's waving, and very soon, I believe we're going to be seeing Wheelie Clean.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting. I did read the script beforehand. I know what they are.
I know what you know.
They are a mobile dental hygiene van. They operate out of Mercedes Sprinter.
There it is.
Really cleans atmosphere, private, relaxed for refreshing one-on-one care and education.
Do you know how clean it is, Stace?
No, how clean is it,
It's
Paul?
wheelie clean.
Oh, boy.
Just say, hey, how's it going? Lots of people
my
waving
gosh.
at us, too. We're on the parade route. But, yes, a big thank you to all of the participants in this year's parade. As you mentioned, more than 80 after all is said and done. But each float is so dedicated, and they've got so many people who make this event happen. And now we're looking at the Veselka dancers and the Ukraine Society. Veselka, they've been a vibrant part of Victoria arts and culture since 1971. And Veselka actually means rainbow in Ukrainian.
And that's fitting because of all the colorful costumes.
Yeah.
And, you know, I went to university with a Veselka dancer, and she was one of the best athletes that I have ever met. I mean, what they do when they're dancing is not easy, and I have the utmost respect for the talent and skill and hard work that the dancers put in. You know, and the society, too.
Yeah.
It's meant so much. I think for Ukrainian families who are here under the most difficult of circumstances, the work that they've done for Ukrainian refugees here has been just extraordinary.
It really is. And under the artistic direction of Lisa Hall, the Veselka dancers and Ukrainian society continually strive for excellence in their mission to educate, promote, and preserve the Ukrainian culture through dance, music, costumes, and what beautiful costumes they have. You can actually enjoy them down at the One World Performance in Centennial Square following the parade. Of course, Gordy Dodd making that happen, and I'm really looking forward to that, Stacey.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful. And something to look forward to a little bit later on this summer, as always, is the big world champion bathtub race. That event goes July 26th, 28th in Nanaimo, and it's all thanks to the loyal Nanaimo Bath Club Society, represented here since the inaugural race of 1967. Nanaimo has been, I would say, the global hub of bathtub races. It's a hub.
I would say that's fair. That's a big old tub. Huh?
It sure is.
And there's one of the mascots waving with the Nanaimo Buccaneers jersey on, I believe so that's good. The bathtub coins, they were minted since 1969. Their longest running trade dollar in all of Canada, which I found fascinating. And as you mentioned, since that inaugural race in 1967, the city of Nanaimo has been home to the great International World Championship bathtub race. I've actually never seen it in person. I think I got to make the drive and go up and watch it.
I think so. Well, I think you need to get your hands on an 8-horsepower motor, get yourself a tub, and get yourself in the race is what I think needs to happen.
All right, we're doing some renos on our bathroom then, sweetie. I'm going to be taking the bathtub up to Nanaimo. Don't worry about it.
And I'm pretty sure he was calling his wife Nikki Sweetie, not me.
Yeah,
just to
no,
the
I'm
record.
talking to her, of course.
You can call me Sweetie if you want to. It's okay.
Nice. Yes, as mentioned, the bathtub weekend festivities in Nanaimo, July 26th to 28th. They got concerts. It's not just the race. It's just a whole weekend of fun, isn't it?
It is absolutely fun, and this is fun, too. The Old Time Racers Association love this entry in the parade every year. OTRA began in 1977. It's one of the oldest running car clubs in Canada, and this is their 44th year in the parade.
Yeah, they started when Ross Rocket and Dave Ireland had a nostalgia bug and decided to restore one of the old stalkers. They raced it in Victoria and Nanaimo in 1963. And it was all because that class was scrapped, which is really interesting.
And then I don't know where they found it, but they somehow managed to find a 1932 Chrysler Coupe. Oh, I can tell you where they found it. In a record yard in Cobble Hill.
Cool.
They bought it for $40 and refurbished it to its original colors and signage, including the same 6-cylinder engine. And oh my gosh, they spend so much time and they have so much love for these cars, and they're just beautiful.
Back in my day, you could buy a Chrysler Coupe for $40. Can't do that no more. Right now, let's turn things over to Mr. Jeff King.
Yeah, with our Mayor, Marianne Alto. You said your brother used to have these kind of cars, the old time.
Yes, my late brother used to race these down in the States and also in Alberta many years ago. So it's nice to see them back. An important part showing sort of the history of the automotive industry. And the bands that are amazing. I was super proud of Reynolds. They came back a little earlier. I think they are right in the same ballpark, rivaling some of the bigger American bands. So it's great to see that.
Love it. Enjoy the parade.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Number of those great cars we saw pass by. The number 25 car Dodge sedan, the 04 Tracy Sesford's 39 Chev sedan, and Kenny Littleproud's number 76 car, along with the 00 from Matt Poley. And here we have the West Seattle High School Band, and they're sounding good. Let's have a listen.
high school band with a little poker face.
You can't have a parade without Lady Gaga. At least
Little
not this
Lady
year.
Gaga. Seattle's Macy Holiday Parade. They took part in that in 2012 to 29. They also have Disneyland performances 2015, 2018, and 2023. But I feel like they saved the best for the Thrifty's 124th Victoria Day Parade.
And you know, as students and staff and chaperones from our American bands, they take like 1,000 hotel rooms for all 3 days over the weekend, and the economic impact from all the people that are here for the event, almost $10 million to the community. It's
It really is.
extraordinary.
It really is extraordinary. And there is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Gordy Dodd. He was celebrated at our place recently for hosting Dodd's 25th annual holiday dinner. Since 1998, the Dodd family has served more than 25,000 meals to those in need. Gordy and his lovely wife taking part again in the Victoria Day Parade, and I believe Mr. Jeff King is going to chat to the legend.
Yeah, you guys are sort of big personalities on the island, but no one probably bigger than Gordy Dodd. How many parades for you, Gordy?
I look like 30 to 40. Yeah, since I'm here, I'm attending all that.
Yeah, you love this day, don't you?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I like to do something, you know, like for the community over here in the Victoria, to make them entertainment, to make them smile, their face, and everything, you know, like that. Yeah.
Good seeing you. How about a wave together? Let's do a little wave together, Gordy. No one waves better than Gordy. Nobody.
Oh, looking good. He will not be undersold and he will not be underdressed. Looking very dapper today, Mr. Gordy Dodd.
Absolutely. And we've talked about it a couple of times in the broadcast, but again, the annual One World Multicultural Festival is immediately after the parade, and Gordy Dodd is the spearhead of that amazing event. It's free celebrations of the community, and there's even a bouncy castle.
Yeah, there's going to be bouncy
fun.
castles. You know I'm going to be there. And now we're watching the Chinese community dance group here, really wanting to share their Chinese culture with all of Victoria. You can see just beautiful, vibrant colors, and there's Canadian flags, there's Chinese flags. Very powerful stuff there.
It really is, and one of my favorite parts of the parade too is the real diverse cultural representation. A lot of groups look forward to this event every year, and they really go all out. The volunteers and the practice, the rehearsals, the costumes, the effort to get down there and have these wonderful entries in our parade is really something special.
Yeah, a little bit later, one of CHEK employee Vivian Jimenez is going to be dancing with her Colombian troupe, and it's just like you say, it's so powerful. It's what Victoria really is. It's a melting pot, and it's something that we really celebrate on this island. It's something I'm certainly proud of living here as well.
Absolutely, and it's the diversity that always strikes me when I see these different groups in the parade, and it really makes me want to learn more about them and really celebrate with them all their individual, unique, and wonderful cultures that they share with us today.
Again, a big thank you to our presenting sponsors today, Dodd's Furniture. We just saw Gordy Dodd and his beautiful wife going by. Also, Downtown Dental Victoria, Thrifty Foods, and also our participating sponsors, Helijet, Joan Wallace Driving School. You saw them with that roving camera shot. They're getting some great angles. Totem Towing and Sunbelt Rentals. How's it going so far, Stacey? How are you feeling this parade is going? I'm pretty impressed.
I love it. I just love it. I think the weather is perfect. We've got great crowds. There's a great energy and a great vibe to the parade, and I love it when they're going behind us and giving us a little bit of love. And I think it's one of the best ever, one of the best so far, and we've got a long way to go. There's lots of wonderful parade action still to come.
Yeah, I'm very impressed that you can keep your stream of consciousness while bands and horns and things are honking right behind. You can see again just some of these beautiful exhibits, and hi there. Yeah, you can see them marching right behind us here again. Just the stunning colors, beautiful fans. We've got the drums, and yes, we are certainly rocking right now on the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. And behind this group is the Cowichan Lake Ambassador Program. And the Cowichan Lake Ambassador Program, it's BC Ambassador riding on the float and Lady of the First Princess and Second Princess, Lady of the Lake, I believe, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
And you know, the Ambassador Program is the next level of local ambassador programs. It goes to promote education, motivation, self-esteem, and the program's open to any young man or woman in grade 11 who lives in the Cowichan Lake area. So they're they've been in the parade as long as I can remember, and they've always been a great addition to it. And here we can see the beautiful headdresses and costumes. I believe that is the Chinese Opera Club And so I'm guessing that those are some costumes that they might wear to perform in a Chinese opera. And a Chinese opera is quite different than, a more traditional Italian opera. It's quite interesting and wonderful to watch. I had a chance to watch one, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yes, it's just stunning. Some of the costumes and some of the design, even the makeup. I'm assuming that would take hours and hours just to get ready. And of course, every float and every parade participant getting their moment in front of the mayor and the judges. And that's so important, right? You put in all this effort and time, and you want to make sure that you impress and you get your chances in front of the mayor as well.
Absolutely. And of course, we celebrate our Chinese community here. We have the second oldest Chinatown in North America. And they've such a wonderful job with the new museum. And I know many, many members of the community have worked so hard to make it really a destination in the city. I mean, it's a wonderful place to be, and there's so much culture, so much wonderful food and shopping, and that part of Victoria is one of my favorite parts of the city.
Totally. And yeah, every time I have family or friends visiting from out of town, you got to say, oh, we'll take you downtown, and we got to go through Chinatown. It's such a key part of what we are, and we're just so close to it right here where we are in front of City Hall. And yeah, just a beautiful float. You're right, the Chinese Opera Club, and my goodness, the costumes alone, I can't imagine how long that would take, Stace. I'm impressed.
No, I know it is. And a lot of people do. I mean, and this is a once-in-a-year thing. So, I mean, really, we think about the parade on our broadcast. It's a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I mean, how many hours of work to put on this display?
Okay, and here
we got to do the wave. Let's do the wave, Paul. Okay,
One.
Okay, two. Oh, switch hands. Switch hands. Two. Okay. I think we got it.
Okay, now we go to the right hand.
Yep,
right.
There you go. Got it.
And right.
And then
left. They're like, hey, you're taking away from us. Let's go back and look at them. Thank you for dealing with us, Kevin. The British Columbia ambassador riding on the float, and the Lady of the Lake, first princess and second princess, they've got their wave down, and they got a fish, it looks like.
They do. And we talked about volunteer hours. All of these young ladies volunteer throughout the year. They do bottle drives, they do Christmas hampers, charity walks, and more. So the charity element to this program is really, really important.
Yeah, and what a beautiful float as well. They got the balloons, they've got the tree, they've got everything. And one person gets to sit on a floaty, which is very impressive. I want a floaty.
I do too. I think that we've seen the Island Kids Cancer Association as well. They're a local charity that supports kids and youth and families affected by childhood cancer, which is something that affects far too many children that we know. So anything we can do to help.
Yeah, the Island Kids Cancer Association, just amazing. They've got so many young people out on this parade route, and they're on their bikes. I think it's fantastic. It's time now for the Chief Seat International High School Marching Band. First time under the direction of Joey Roberts, 62 members from Seattle, Washington. Let's have a listen.
Amazing, the Chief Seat International High School Marching Band.
I think they did CHEK.
I think
that's
they
what
did.
I think. I'm not sure.
They are a public high school in the district of Seattle with a reputation for being deeply involved in their community, providing music for lots of different community organizations, and we are so grateful that they came to visit us here in Victoria. Much more still to come from the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. We'll be back after a very, very short break.
Now for your marching moment, brought to you by HeliJet. In 1948, Oak Bay High senior Stephanie Jones was the city's May Queen, riding in a horse-drawn carriage. British Colonist newspaper proclaimed it the best parade ever, with spectators estimated at 50,000.
Checkups to children's cleanings, implants to aesthetics. Downtown Dental Victoria performs everything in-house for a healthy, beautiful smile. When it's time to think about your teeth, think downtown. Downtown Dental Victoria at Blanchard and Yates.
The parade is brought to you in part by Downtown Dental, in the heart of downtown.
welcome back. And we just saw a little spot there for our friends at Downtown Dental Center, and we're so grateful that they've stepped up this year to be one of our presenting sponsors. And they're a local, family-friendly dental office, and they have a variety of services and could really do good for you if you need some dental work. Speaking of doing good, that's what our Jeff King is doing down in the parade route once again this year. Jeff, what's going on?
Yeah, you know what today's perfect for is a ball game, and we are just around the corner from the Harbour Cat season. Christian Stewart's the general manager. When's opening night?
Opening night, June 7th against the Wenatchee Apple Sox. June 8th is a fireworks night. Big opening weekend starting June 7th. Team hits the road May 31st for 6 games in Kamloops and Kelowna, but we're getting excited for the home opener here. We had record attendance last year. We're hoping to beat that this year. We had a 25-2 record last year at home. We're hoping to beat that this year too. So
it's almost like you trained for this.
Hey,
you were ready for me, Christian.
Well,
we're
ready all the time.
Yeah, we're ready for ball season. Go Harbour
Yes,
Cats.
sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support.
Yeah, go Harbour Cats indeed. I know Manny Ramirez Jr. are going to be on the Harbour Cats this year, so Manny Ramirez will be hanging around the Capitol, and for good reason. And speaking of hanging around, we have some very cool cars that are worth hanging around for. This is part of the Make-A-Wish Diamond Rally, and wow, look at those.
Oh my
Those
gosh.
are stunning.
They really are. How much money do you think is driving down Douglas Street right now?
Way too much for me, Stacy.
Holy smokes. And they are supporting a great charity.
They really are.
The Pagani Utopia. And that really helps make an impact on children who are facing critical illness in our region. They help make dreams come true for 625 kids here in BC and the Yukon who really could use something positive in their lives right now. So they've raised $390,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation here.
Yeah, the cars here include a $4.6 million Pagani Utopia.
I don't even know what that is. Like, I can't even. 4.6 million?
Yeah, they're
Holy.
luxury, they're supercars, and they came over by the ferry. And what a spectacle that must have been.
Holy
Yeah, when you think those horns are going up in the lower vehicle deck. Oh my God.
Do you think they have the car alarms on there? They're doing that? Is
I
that
think
one
they
of those?
probably put bubble wrap around them
Oh
for
my
anyone on the ferry. But yes, awesome stuff. Thank you for coming and taking part in this year's Victoria Day Parade. And what a beautiful, I never got it with the car, with the doors going up like that. The door.
I always think of Back to the Future.
Me
and
too. Too fast, too furious. Yeah, I can't handle that.
Oh,
Great
listen
shot.
to that roar. Woo-hoo.
It's like a marching band. Let's have a listen. And again, a quick thank you to all our amazing sponsors. We hear you guys sound loud. Dots Furniture and Mattress, Downtown Dental, Victoria, Thrifty Foods, and of course our participating sponsors as well: Helijet, Joan Wallace Driving School, Totem Towing, and Sunbelt Rentals. I don't think you can rent one of these. I don't think I'd want to rent one of these, but I certainly love watching them drive by.
I certainly couldn't afford to rent one of these, that's for sure.
So
maybe
cool.
in Ed Bain's pay grade, he can afford to drive one of these in a little while. He can give up the Pinto and upgrade to one of these beautiful cars. And you know what? A shout out to all the folks who haven't been able to make it down here onto the parade route today. It is a beautiful day, and there are tens of thousands of people here. But there are so many who are watching us from all over the world, and we so appreciate that you're here. We hope you're enjoying our coverage wherever you may be watching it this morning.
You know, big shout out to our amazing team who brings this parade to you every single year, both in the studio, both out here. Doug is one of our guys here who does such amazing work. He's all over the place, but you should see the smile on Doug's face right now with these supercars. I know he went down to Vegas a couple of months ago to drive one of those supercars, so to see them driving by, he's ear to ear right now. And he's a big guy, so that's a big smile.
But he drives a smart car. I think Doug's 6'7", and he has a smart car. So, but he loves these vehicles. Boy, they're certainly very, very impressive. And again, you know, it takes a really large team to pull off this parade, and Lindsay Nielsen has been in charge of the whole thing, and she's done a great job this year. Everybody who's here on site, they've been here for many, many hours, Paul, getting things set up.
They're going to give us a hard time. Hey, thanks for thanking the crew when it was the loudest engines driving by of all time. But no, it was fantastic. And right now, I think that needs to go to the shop for a new muffler. But now we are seeing Coastal Heat Pumps, family owned and operated for more than 15 years. The team at Coastal Heat Pumps are your residential heat pump specialists who keep you comfortable all year long, provide installation service. Give me all your love, and it's what they're playing as well.
You know what? I've actually seen grown men shove children out of the way on the parade route while they're trying to get closer to those fancy cars.
We're going to take a real short break here. You're watching the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade.
Now for your marching moment, brought to you by Helijet. The Victoria Day Parade in 1948 saw record temperatures, a 20-year high of 25.5 degrees Celsius at the old Gonzales Weather Station. Parade route temperatures would run about 7 degrees higher.
Gordy's in the building, and he's all shook up because he can't help falling in love with Dodd's Easy Pay. 0 down, 0% interest, and 0 payments. OAC.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shake, rattle, and roll down to Dodd's.
It's what you like.
The Victoria Day Parade is brought to you in part by Dodd's Furniture and Mattress, with locations in Victoria and Campbell River.
And welcome back to spectacular downtown Victoria. Well, Paul, we've had horses.
Yes.
We've had our great military contingent.
Indeed.
We've had marching bands.
Yep.
We've had fast, fancy, really crazy, expensive, beautiful cars.
Yes.
We've had like fire trucks and police. We've just about had it all, and we're only like halfway through the parade.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. I feel like we have it all. Yeah, it's been pretty great. This is, I've got to watch the Victoria Day Parade many a time. I've taken part. I've walked with the CHEK contingent in the past. First time I've been able to host, and you really get a great vantage point of so many talented floats and teams. I'm just blown away by how talented people are in this city. And right now, let's turn things over to a guy who's pretty talented, Mr. Jeff King, chatting with some of our judges. Jeff.
Yeah, medium talent. I've got medium talent. Hey, you all look very judgy back there. Are you judging me right now?
Absolutely.
Yes, they are. Kelly Curter from the Festival Society. What goes on back here on the judging table?
Oh, I try and ignore that as much as I can. Well, we have our band judges and our drill team, our floats and our cars, and then we have our auditor over there from BC Transit.
Right.
Yeah.
Very important for the bands and for floats. People are after the first prize.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, because they determine who marches first, second, and third in the parades down in the States.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Perfect day for a parade, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great day for a parade, yeah.
Awesome. Enjoy.
Thank you.
And thank you, Jeff. And we are seeing the Nepalese Society of Vancouver Island. That's a club belonging to all Vancouver Islanders living Nepalese and people who love Nepal and Nepalese unique cultures.
Yeah, so NSVI, they promote Nepal, the land of the Himalayas, the birthplace of Buddha and brave Gurkhas. NSVI celebrates the unique cultures of Nepal that boasts as many as 100 ethnic groups and 123 living languages, which is fantastic. And everyone's looking great, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the parade route here.
Absolutely. Oh, it just looks like fun. Makes me want to walk in the parade.
Don't leave me, please. I kind of need you here, if that's all right. And again, thank you to Joel Properties for the location assistance. Again, the local Lions Club for marshaling the parade. We're here just in front of Marilena Restaurant, which was voted the #1 new restaurant in all of Canada. It's funny, people go by, they're waving, they're saying hi to us, which is fantastic. Good stuff.
And they're listening because this is the Franklin High School Band. It's their first year at this parade, coming all the way from Portland.
Yeah.
Drum major Zia Althoff, band director Jason Owens leading the 80-member group. Let's have a listen. Portland Grand Floral Parade in 2022, and we're so happy they made their first trip here to our Victoria Day Parade. And we hope we see them back again next year.
Sounding fantastic, and behind them, Aerial Roofing. I saw Aerial Roofing has a little bit of a mascot leading them. It's great when you get to follow a marching band because that mascot was dancing along. Fantastic. Aerial Roofing, a local business on the island for more than 35 years and counting. They call themselves an honest approach to how they do business. They've been providing quality service to all of Greater Victoria, proud supporter of many local sports teams in the community. So thank you for that. We know how much and how important that is to the community.
And good balloon work.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Great
the balloon work on that truck.
That thing's not going to fly away, is it? We're not going to have an up situation here.
Oh, I don't know. That would add something different to our broadcast coverage this evening. Breaking news, parade float actually floats.
I am noticing some balloons float away, but that's okay. Sometimes you lose a couple balloons. Aerial Roofing there coming by us at our broadcast location. And yes, behind them, I believe we have the Victoria Korean Community Association.
Another great cultural entry here in our parade. There are a number of them. The Pungmo Pei is a team that performs Korean traditional percussion music at village festivals, and I'm hopeful we'll be able to hear a little bit of it for the parade. The Pungmo Pei will participate alongside a Korean traditional fan dance team.
Wow. Yeah, again, with the costumes and the colors, I find it absolutely stunning. They're going to be, again, following the parade in the Centennial Square for the One World performance, thanks to Gordy Dodd. And what a cultural celebration that's going to be.
It is. I mean, and I feel like the
Square.
cultural celebration kind of kicks off with the parade
Really?
and sharing culture with the tens of thousands of people that are lining the parade route. And then it all culminates with the wonderful performances afterwards when they all get together and really put on a fantastic show. And here's the percussion that we were talking about a bit earlier, the Pungmo Pei. They perform Korean traditional percussion music. Korean traditional fan dance
So
team
beautiful.
performing for the judges and for our mayor, Marianne Alto.
Wow, it's so beautiful there, the dance with the fan team there. And yes, that is a stunning way. I got to say, my dog Fuller is actually from Korea, and it's his 4th birthday today.
Happy birthday, Fuller!
He's probably watching right now saying, why aren't we going for a walk? Later, buddy, later. Fantastic. Thank you to them for their great display. The Victoria Korea Community Association. Oh yeah, showing some good moves here as well. This is pretty cool.
It is cool, and I believe this is the event. No, that's not them. This is obviously a hardworking
martial arts crew here, yeah.
Hardworking martial arts crew, yep.
This is, wow. See different color belts there. Obviously, as you work your way up and you train, you work your way up to the black belt, and that is the strongest you can get to. But these martial artists doing their things in front of the mayor and the judges, and just so much discipline, so much time learning these moves. And that's kind of what it's all about, is teaching discipline to young people, teaching respect. And I think that that's such a key part of any martial arts team. Really strong. Cool shots here from our Joan Wallace driving school cam here.
And self-confidence. You know, I know a number of my friends and associates have their kids in martial arts, and they just think it's a wonderful thing. For kids that may not really resonate towards more traditional sports as well. This is something that offers a little bit something different to many kids who are looking for something a little bit different. It's hard work, it's discipline, as you mentioned, and they look good.
Yeah, they really do. Parks MBA Taekwondo, a martial arts school that's based here in Victoria, BC, and they really just do such incredible work. Most famous official Olympic sport is Taekwondo, and so no doubt there are some young Olympians there, I'm sure.
Amazing. Good for them.
All right. And after, you talked about some young people who like to be taking part in different things. I believe we got our BMX team following the Taekwondo team, and they are ready to roll. Greater Victoria BMX coming up. I believe, yeah, there they are. They're next up to show off what they do to the judging team.
Yeah, preceded by some more beautiful costumes. And what always strikes me about a parade is all the support people. Like, you see the marching bands, and they're wonderful. But then you see the parents who are dragging the carts full of stuff. They got the big backpacks on and the water bottles. And, really appreciate all the parents and support staff that come and make this all possible for us.
Yeah, it's so true. And here we have the Greater Victoria BMX. They're celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. They encourage and support riders of all ages, all skill levels. Come out, give BMX a try. And there they are, showing off their sweet tricks. The track is home to national champions, world competitors, and of course Olympic hopefuls, located at West Shore Parks and Rec.
And of course, one of our great friends at CHEK, our staff members, Rich Lebeduk's family, very much involved in BMX. And I think
Jack?
Jack? Where's Jack? Is he here?
Are you there, Jack? Where's Jack?
He's like riding away from us as fast as he possibly can.
Don't bother me. I'm with my friends. Don't embarrass me. Looking good. There's Jack. Yeah. Hey, guys. Looking great.
Hey.
They're doing their jumps. They're doing their moves. They're like, we've showed our stuff. Let's keep rolling. And let's keep rolling along here with the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. The Fly Driving School. Whoa, speaking of flying, that was an impressive little move there.
Right.
Whoa.
Did you ever do BMX, Paul?
No. Oh, you know what? I tried it once. They had Jump Ship here in Victoria.
Right.
And they had a big jump that they let me jump into a big balloon bag. And it's it was a little bit traumatizing. I don't think I should ever get on a bike. I'm more comfortable on an upright bike, taking it slow on the Galloping Goose. That's more my style.
Yeah, I would buy into that as well. Like, no jumping for me. I'm a good 30 years beyond that, I tell you.
But they've got so many cool pump tracks around, not just in West Shore. They've got the great one there, but all over on the peninsula and Souk. And it's such a great way to get young people involved in biking at a young age.
It's a great sport for sure. We did see the Fly Driving School.
Yeah.
They're here to teach youth how to drive safely. And this is the Bellevue High School Marching Band. Drum Major, Majorette, Sienna Huang, Ryan Lin, and Madeline Dang. Amazing students, well done.
Yeah, they got the tunes going, but they also got the dance moves going, which I'm really impressed with. Hey, the Bellevue Band recognized as the academic state champions in Washington State. They got an average GPA of more than 3.6, which I'm told is very good in the U.S. I didn't really have the GPA figured out. That's a U.S. thing anyways, but yes, 115 amazing students. Great going to them.
Absolutely. So glad they're here. This is the Sunny Education and Service Corps. This is their second time in the parade. And their mantra is proud. We are proud, they say. We integrate into the community and strive to serve and contribute. Sunny Education is a Canadian company with Chinese virtues, and they'll showcase the beauty of diversity, integration, and collaboration.
Yeah, founded by new immigrants from China here in Victoria. Sunny Education celebrated its 11th anniversary this year. I thought this was cool. About 30 members walking in the parade today. They're doing great, including Canadian teachers, students, and their parents. They're carrying a banner. It says, Victoria, our home, the world, our horizon.
Love it.
Very
love
cool.
it. And I love this. We saw this group a little bit earlier. Jeff King did a great feature on them, the Vancouver Island Karting Association. This is their first year in the Victoria Day Parade, and I think it's a great fit. I think they'll be coming back year after year. 190 members, ages 5 to 75.
Oh, my God. I can't tell you how bad I want to get on one of these things right now. Start ripping around. Yeah, we hear you. Sounding good. Oh my, they've been on the island since, as you mentioned, 1970. Top speed of the 2 strokes, just over 65 miles an hour for kids. Top speed for the 4 strokes, just over 60 plus miles an hour. Top speed for the senior 2 strokes, 80 miles an hour. Now, I can't do the conversion in my head, but that's pretty darn fast in kilometers, I think.
Fast. And it looks like pretty darn fun, too. You know what? We've got so much more still to come on Thrifty Foods' 124th Victoria Day Parade, brought to you live by CHEK. We'll be coming back after a short break.
Now for your marching moment, brought to you by Helijet. In 1962, a replica of the Hudson's Bay Company's Old Side Wheeler Beaver, the first power vessel operating in local waters, was entered into the parade by the Saanich municipality and won second place in the historical special prize section.
Checkups to children's cleanings, implants to aesthetics. Downtown Dental Victoria performs everything in-house for a healthy, beautiful smile. When it's time to think about your teeth, think downtown. Downtown Dental Victoria at Blanchard and Yates.
This portion of the parade is made possible by Thrifty Foods. Eat happy.
Live from downtown Victoria, welcome back to the 124th Victoria Day Parade, and it has been a good one so far, and there's much more still to come. Here we're looking at the Victoria Filipino-Canadian Association.
We certainly are. They're smiling bright. The sun is shining, a bit windy, but everyone's having a great time for the 124th Thrifty Foods Victoria Day Parade. They got 3 main islands here. This is what the float is. Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Nope, didn't say that right. Let's try it again. Mindanao, shown with Festival Queen, showing the different scenes and festivals celebrated in their country. And again, what beautiful, beautiful costumes and garb and traditional costumes that they're wearing. Just beautiful.
It is beautiful, and you know what? This entry is proudly showcasing the Filipino heritage as they march through the streets today. And at the heart of the community is the Philippine Bayan Community Center, where seniors, caregivers, migrant workers, and international students all come together to connect, learn, and grow.
And June is Filipino Heritage Month, so shout out to June. To commemorate their special occasion, they're actually inviting everyone to join them at the Mabuhay event, June 8th and 9th at Centennial Square in Victoria. That's going to be free, features vibrant Philippine culture, showcasing music, dance, food, and Filipino food is so good.
Oh, so good. A great turnout from our Filipino-Canadian Association, and they look like they're having a great time in the sunshine.
Yeah, it is really impressive, as you were mentioning. Just so many cultures in Victoria, in this province, and everyone wants to take part and showcase not just, what they do, what their culture likes to celebrate, but wanting to celebrate with everyone down the parade route. And I love this shot here from Marcus up in our bucket truck. You really get to see how many people. You got, 5 or 6 people deep in some spots there. And hey, to the kiddos, that's what the parade's all about.
Yeah, it sure is. And there's been candy.
Okay.
I've seen people handing out candy
I
on
didn't
the way.
get any.
I know, I didn't either.
What's going on here?
But that's okay. Yeah, and thanks very much to Totem Towing and Sunbelt Rentals that are helping us with that sky cam today, as they often do, and Marcus is doing a great job up there.
Yeah, our team is fantastic, and again, as we see the tail end, I believe, of the Victoria Filipino-Canadian Association, they mentioned they've got a good turnout of people. Everyone wants to be involved, and their mission is to celebrate and preserve the rich culture and heritage of Philippines in Victoria. They're certainly celebrating that. So thank you again for taking part. Thank you for joining us here on CHEK, whether you're watching on CHEK or maybe on CHEK Plus. Thank you for doing that. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful holiday Monday.
Absolutely, and you know what? There's so many great moments to talk about. We call them our marching moments, Paul.
Yeah.
And let's check in with one right now. my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh.
That's enough. We're good. We're good.
Country Grocer is now celebrating 3 decades on Vancouver Island. Love this company. They're family owned, family operated. They've got a reputation as being truly a local company.
This is the Philip.
Some great sights and sounds from 2018, and we saw Jeff King in his younger, wilder, more daring days, being a human speed bump there.
Yeah, he sounded like it was like 3 people deep on the road there. They got jumped. Pretty impressive. And this is very impressive as well. This is still the Victoria Filipino Canadian Association, and we were mentioning each one of their floats. They've got 3 main islands, and each float is represented. So we had Luzon, Visayas. I'm going to try this again. Let's see how well I do. Mindanao.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks. Just say it quickly and then move along. But I believe that is correct. Mindanao, shown with Festival Queen, showing the different scenes and festivals celebrated in that country. And you can see it's such a visual country, a stunning country. And the front of the jeepney is featured as part of the Props nonprofit organization. This group founded back in 1969. So shout out to the Victoria Filipino Canadian Association. They've got a strong contingent in today's parade, and they've certainly showed their stuff.
They have, and again, at the Philippine Bayanihan Community Center is such a hub of activity. They offer so many programs, a wide range of programs, workshops to enrich the lives of all who participate. And after getting a taste of their group today, I think we should all head down there.
I think I'm heading down there for sure. Yeah, as mentioned, June, Filipino Heritage Month. And we are seeing now the CHEK Youth Turban Club. They like to bring awareness to the community about the turban, as it was introduced by their 10th Guru Gobind Singh about 350 years ago. And we mentioned June being Filipino Heritage Month. April is CHEK Heritage Month.
Now, Paul, you played hockey for a number of years. Did you ever have a contingent in the parade when you were playing with the Panthers or any other hockey team?
No, you know what? I think we were too ugly to walk in the parade as hockey players. These guys, thankfully, are not. You know what? As I was driving down the Pat Bay today, these guys were next to me at the light, and I rolled down the window. I said, "Looking good. You heading to the parade?" They said, "You know it." So fantastic vehicles. They've got the Jeeps out. They're showing off, and yes, very proud of the CHEK Turban Club. This is the CHEK Youth Turban Club. And again, a big thank you to our presenting sponsors and our participating sponsors. You see them there on your screen. Dogs Furniture Mattress, Downtown Dental Victoria, Thrifty Foods, along with Helijet, Joan Wallace Driving School, Totem Towing, and Sunbelt Rentals. Thank you for making this all possible. And couldn't have picked a better day for a parade.
No, and I know that our group of 10 friends in the parade area all the way from Morioka, Japan are enjoying things as well. You know, and I hope that the energy of this event translates to those viewers who are watching on television and aren't able to be here, because it really is palpable. You know, I mean, the weather conditions are perfect. There's such a huge crowd, and the people that are marching and singing and dancing and blowing horns.
There we go.
Have so much energy.
How do I get that horn on my Jeep?
Now, this band that we're looking at here is a really terrific story. Ed mentioned off the top of our broadcast tonight, this is the Hoquiam High School Grizzly Marching Band. They're a community of 8,700 people. They raised $45,000 to allow these kids and this team to come up to Victoria this weekend.
It is fantastic. It's their 8th visit to Victoria under the direction of Susan Peters, assisted by Brenda McCoy. Color guard instruction, again, is Brenda McCoy, and I think we gotta have a listen.
Yeah, we do. talking about before?
That's right, with the cards, it's needed. Yeah, so the Hoquiam High School Grizzly Marching Band pride themselves on an outstanding reputation of excellence, and I can confirm they were excellent indeed.
Yeah, they sure were. And you know what? There are many folks in that part of Washington State who are struggling a little bit. So the achievement to get that group here, some of those kids have never eaten in a restaurant before, wow. I understand. And so their experience here in Victoria this weekend in our beautiful home must have been really life-changing for them all. We're so grateful they're here, and thanks to everybody who contributed to get them here this weekend.
Agreed. Okay, Jeff King has been interviewing some really interesting, some really game changers in this world. And right now, who's the game changer you're talking to, Jeff?
Yeah. Well, this little piggy went to the parade and bumped into this little piggy from the Saanich Fair. When's the Saanich Fair coming up, and what's it all about?
It's on Labor Day weekend. We've got lots of rides and farm animals and 4-H and lots to see. Lots of food, lots of new things this year. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and lots of live music as well.
Oh, yeah. We're having new bands, all sorts of new stuff. It's completely all reorganized.
Can I have that outfit after the parade?
No, sir.
No? You're keeping it?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, enjoy the rest of the parade.
Yes, thank you.
All right, this piggy out.
I love it. Fun fact, the Saanich 4-H Club actually did have live goats on their float back in 1963.
Yeah, I believe it. And I was going to say if they had a donkey outfit, that maybe Jeff would be more appropriately in one of those. I'm just kidding, Jeff. I love you. You're doing a great job.
Oh, he threw the side eye at you. No, you know what? The Saanich Fair, it's something that I go to every single year with my family. I love it so much. They had great concerts at the Saanich Fair, underrated as well. My friend Aaron Pritchett played last year. He was fantastic. But yeah, check out the 2024 Saanich Fair. It's always going to be a hit.
It is. My experience with the Saanich Fair was when I was riding, when I was competing on horseback. And I did a number of wonderful shows at the Saanich Fair and really have some great memories of competing there and just going there and enjoying everything that the event has to offer.
I think I was 12 years old. We had 2 cats, and my mom put one of our cats into the Fat Cat competition, Pumpkin, which he won. His name was Pumpkin. He wasn't the heaviest pumpkin, but he was the heaviest cat named Pumpkin. And my brother and I were petrified. We said, we've just moved to Victoria. Don't make us the Fat Cat kids. Turns out we are, but it worked out pretty well. So love you, Mom. And what have we got here? The Vancouver Island Peruvian Association. And they always have so much talk about flavor and culture. This is fantastic.
And they also wanted us to acknowledge on their behalf the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, and they offer their thanks for the opportunity to call their beautiful traditional territories home, as we all do.
Yeah, and in gratitude, they bring their cultural traditions from the Andes Mountains, the Amazon rainforest, and the coast of Peru to share and celebrate with the greater Victoria community. Viva Victoria and Viva El Peru! Ain't no party like a Peruvian party, it turns out, eh?
Absolutely.
They're having some fun out here. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? I don't know whether it's more fun to watch the parade or be in the parade, you know? I mean, there is certainly young and old. There's little kids, every age group in between with that Peruvian contingent. Having so much fun on the parade route. Love it.
Oh, so much fun. Now, we showed some of those sights and sounds from when Jeff King got jumped. I don't think we have the insurance to do that this year, so we're going to hold off on that. But we do want to mention the Victoria Motorcycle Club is following the Peruvian party. The Victoria Motorcycle Club formed back in 1906. They've proudly been in this parade since the 1940s, which is very, very cool.
Very cool. And their pioneer team, it used to lead the parade actually with a drill team as crowd control for the armed forces.
Ah.
I know. So VMC has been inducted into the Canadian Motorcycle Hall of Fame and recently even into the Victoria Sports Hall of Fame, and well-deserved accolades for sure.
They are fostering the sport of motorcycling. The VMC has demonstrated the evolution of motorcycles over the past 118 years. They're excited to be part of this community. They come buzzing by us. Oh, wow. The sidecar one-footer is what I call that one.
Is that the technical term?
I don't know if it is, but I'm calling it that. That's a front wheelie.
Okay, we're on the same page there, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's just keep naming things. Very impressive. Going by the judges multiple times to show off their moves. That's just a straight-up wheelie in front of the mayor. That's illegal on city streets, sir, but today we'll allow it.
Well, I'm not going to say anything goes, but a lot more things go than normal.
No, but such a proud motorcycle club, and for good reason. I mean, they do such great work, and they really enjoy. Look at some of the costumes we got here, the Canada flags, and I know the mayor mentioned it, Dale Manick mentioned it, Jeff King mentioned it, but a lot of Vancouver Canucks jerseys out there. Of course, we got a Game 7. There's another vintage one out there, and there it is, the sidecar one-footer again.
Oh, and that's a tilt. That's a tilt. And what's in that sidecar, Paul?
Oh, wow. What is in that sidecar?
Again, is it a mouse? Is it a koala bear?
It's a koala bear.
Of course it is.
Oh, yeah. Good beard, good koala bear. Victoria Motorcycle Club. They've been doing this for a while. They know what works.
They do. And you know what? We've talked about the history of this great parade, and we love taking a look back. Let's take a look back now to 2017 at some sights and sounds from that great parade year. You can see the Kingston Middle School Cavalier Marching Corps from Kingston, Washington, just north of Bremerton.
So this is the overall Judges Award winner at the 2016 Island Farms Victoria Day Parade.
The BC Schaefer and Hobbies folks here, and you know, I had motorbikes jump over top of me the last couple of years. My wife said that was enough of that. Here is my death-defying act for today. Here we go. I'm a trained professional. I'm okay.
He just can't help himself. He has to lay down on the job at least one point in every parade.
You know what's impressive now is just lying down and getting back up.
Right?
I'd say that is really the feat of strength. That's what the crowd was cheering for, I think. You know what? This has been a lot of fun. You can see the parade route. The high fives are out. The sun is shining. Everyone loves a parade, but there's something about the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade that really just brings this community together. There's no shivering necessary. It's celebrating this wonderful city, this wonderful province, and everyone comes out for it. It's awesome.
You know what, and I think during COVID times we missed events like this so much, and so I think there's still a residual extra appreciation for it coming back after that period that we had to give up due to COVID. And you know, it's the start of summer, really, sort of the unofficial start to summer, and the start of tourism season. And look at what is coming our way. There's our very own Chad is Leo. There's Ed and sort of Jeff.
Hey, that's really cool. So this is live look further down the parade. We do have a live camera on our float right now, just kind of checking out the sights and sounds you mentioned. There's Chadis, there's Ed interviewing Jeff. Oh, he's giving you the cold shoulder again. Won't give him anything. We can see the parade route. You see there's Joe Perkins walking alongside the vehicle as well, our news director. And yeah, great to see the CHEK contingent involved there as the Vancouver Island Hispanic Network Society makes its way to us.
That's right, and our CHEK vehicle, our newly unveiled upside wrapped CHEK vehicle is coming your way, of course, a little bit later on in the parade. Quite near the end, actually, but we've got a lot of wonderful things. There they are again, having a great time walking along. This is right near where we are right now, the Vancouver Island Hispanic Network Society. They champion inclusivity and progress, dedicated as many of our cultural groups are to integrating into the community, in this case the Hispanic community, into the broader Canadian society. They want to promote cultural, social, educational, and business development here on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, and today they're marching with Columbia's vibrant folkloric ballet and community members. They're dressed in that traditional, colorful attire from various nations. They're going to be at the One World in Centennial Square, that celebration that's just going to be happening behind us right after the parade, which everyone is welcome to. It's a free event. Well, this one's a little extra special for us at CHEK, Stacey, and that's because Vivian from CHEK, she's part of a dance group called Fusion Chipcha?
Sure, Chipcha, Chipcha. Sounds good to me. It's a Colombian folklore group. Their main purpose is to share with newcomers and represent Colombian diversity with a variety of traditional, indigenous, and Afro-Colombian dances and music performances, all while creating a stronger community.
Yeah, they really do. They've been dancing together for a year. They're working on a music ensemble as well, but only dancers will perform this time at the parade. They hope to have live music next year, but this year there's certainly something to celebrate. And you talk about the vibrancy, the colors, the community. That is really what pops out for me right in the middle of that screen there. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Great shot here from Johnny Marcolin, the Joan Wallace Driving School roving camera. What a shot that is. And again, this is the Vancouver Island Hispanic Network Society. I don't know what we have left to jump over, Jeff King. I don't know if there's much out there anymore. Maybe get Vivian to jump over Jeff.
Maybe. Well, as you mentioned earlier, for those who are the age group of Jeff and I, just getting up and down off the street is an accomplishment in itself.
That was fantastic. And here we go. We've got the moves. We've got the dancing. We've got such, I'm going to try it again, Fusion Chipcha. Fantastic. And yeah, certainly celebrating today. I love it.
Oh, and the headdress is amazing.
Got some tune. Let's have a listen.
Perhaps the most impressive thing I've seen is those beautiful ladies in their high heels, and I'm thinking about how long a parade route it is to walk in heels.
Kidding. What a great point. Yeah, you got to walk all that way in the heels, and then, oh yes, perform right at the end of it, please. Dance in those shoes. Just very, very impressive. Just beautiful. I love how just part of the culture this is, and everyone showing off their moves. I couldn't quite see Vivian in there. Did you spot her?
I didn't spot her, but I know she's in there somewhere. And impressive that they've only been dancing together for a year.
Yeah, no.
They're doing great.
That is fantastic. Thank you again to the Vancouver Island Hispanic Network Society. Again, they're championing inclusivity and progress. They're dedicated to integrating the Hispanic community into the broader Canadian society. And we thank you for bringing that into our Canadian society, because I think it's so important to have. And here we go, some more dance moves. certainly got the flair down, I'd say. That was
Absolutely.
awesome. Yeah. That's a whole lot of fun. And we got the big headphones over top of the flag there on the thing. That's how you really know it's time for a party. Hey, what do you want your float to be? Let's make it giant headphones and a flag. I love it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. They're partying right behind us now. It's great.
And of course, the party will continue in Centennial in Market Square here in just after the parade for Gordy Dodd's amazing festival that he hosts these last 3 years, the annual One World Multicultural Festival. And can you imagine all the color that we've seen in the parade so far in one space?
No.
All of the color,
It's gonna be
all
awesome.
of the music. It's going to be a beautiful chaos, I predict.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. You know, Gordy Dodd making that happen. He's one of our presenting sponsors, Dodd's Furniture and Mattress. Of course, Downtown Dental, Victoria, Thrifty Foods as well. We got to say thank you for making this happen. And yes, Vancouver Island Hispanic Society certainly brings the party, and that party's happening right behind us. It seems, you know what? Dress in whatever you want, come out, move your body, move your moves. It's going to be fun, and that's sort of what it's all about here. I love it.
Absolutely. It's been a wonderful parade so far, Paul. What's been your favorite part, do you think?
Ooh, that's a really good. The marching bands are pretty amazing. The Reynolds Marching Band, they really popped off, I thought. They kind of got things going. They got everything moving. That was probably my favorite so far. That said, I do know Alibaba's Pizza is coming up soon. I'm a sucker for some
Are you
good
speaking
pizza.
with your stomach right now?
I am, for sure. What about you? What's been your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. It's really tough for me to say. I mean, I'm always a big fan of the draft horses. It's, that gets me right where my heart is warm. But I love the pipes and drums.
Yeah.
I love the music. I think is my favorite part. Whether it's the amazing marching bands we have, or some of the music that we're hearing with our cultural associations, or the pipes and drums. You know, I think that part for me. Oh, and then I'm you know what? Then I don't know. I don't know.
It's like
I
picking
say
a
that,
favorite
and then-
kid. You can't. You just got to keep
Oh,
going
I
down.
definitely have a favorite kid. No.
Well, you know what's really cool too? I like some of the entries that you can tell they're early in their parading, and this is maybe year 1 or year 2, but it's something that's important, and they know that the nostalgia, the importance of the Victoria Day Parade, what it brings, what it means, and that's sort of really cool. The go-karting is a good example of just something that we want to be a part of this for a long time, and I think that's really, really cool. And again, speaking of cool, it's just so many great dances. Like you said, how have they only been doing this for a year?
I know.
My goodness. Oh,
It's hard not to get up and dance right now.
Transported to another country, and they're showing us their moves. We thank them for that. How wonderful.
So great.
The luchador mask.
Well, you know, Paul, I never met a piece of pizza that I didn't like.
I'm with you on that one.
And so Alibaba Pizza is doing something pretty special today.
Very special today.
They are giving away a free slice of pizza per person between 1 and 3 o'clock today at all Island Alibaba Pizza locations. That sounds good to me. I don't know about you.
That sounds really good to me. And yeah, we'll say that again. I'm not sure if we were drowned out a little bit by the music, but today, between 1 and 3 p.m. at all Island Alibaba Pizza locations, a free slice of pizza to celebrate Victoria Day. So a big shout out to Alibaba for making that happen. Alibaba founded back in 1986 by George Murr. Alibaba Pizza has now grown 6 locations. You got 3 in Victoria, 1 in Nanaimo, 1 in Duncan, and 1 at the BC Ferry Terminal in Vancouver, Tawasin. Now in the second generation family, Mark, Kablan, and Claude, and continue the tradition of serving up some of the best tasting pizza around. And like you said, never met a slice I didn't like.
I'm going to hijack that truck right now. But not before we introduce the Mount Baker Senior High School Band. They've been gracing parades and stages like this in their full Scottish attire since the 1930s. They hail from Deming, Washington, near majestic Mount Baker, and they'll be playing a variety of songs for us under the leadership of Senior Drum Major Lillian Peterson.
Oh yeah, keeping the beat there as well. That was the Mount Baker Senior High School Band, hailing from the small town of Deming, Washington, near majestic Mount Baker. And let's keep the drumming going, shall we? Harmony Project Drumline.
The parade ensemble is a celebration of a branch of the Soup Harmony Project. That is a percussion and strings program which promotes healthy growth and development of children through the study and performance of music. I said music was my favorite part of the parade, didn't I?
Oh yeah, I love the back-to-back drumming.
Yeah.
Sounding fantastic, and there's a Sasquatch out there, I think. Is that Jeff? No, that's a Sasquatch for sure.
Hard to tell.
This is for the Malahat Skywalk. Again, I've never been to the Malahat Skywalk. I can't wait to go because I've heard nothing but incredible things. The Malahat Skywalk offers the ultimate island experience where explorers of all ages can enjoy breathtaking views and adventure high among the trees and surrounded by the sea. They do have daily shuttles from downtown Victoria. Have you checked it out yet, Stace?
I have not, but I want to do the slide. I'm all about the slide.
Oh, yeah. They've got a little trampoline in the middle of the slide. You know what? You and I should go together.
Maybe we should.
Yeah, you can let me down easy later if you want. But yes, Malahat Skywalk, one of the many spectacular destinations that we have here on Vancouver Island. We mentioned that free shuttle. There it is. It's a big old shuttle making its way. And behind that shuttle is part of Helmet Heads Canada. Helmet Heads are out once again raising awareness for the kids in 15 island health hospitals, and they really do such amazing work.
Oh, absolutely. This year they are collecting for toy donations to maintain delivery to all the hospitals and ambulances on Vancouver Island. They deliver toys to hospitals right from Sydney to Port Hardy to Tofino, all over Vancouver Island. And the work they do is involved. A lot of hours go into the work that they do. And you know what? They're a fun way to bring a smile when riding around too. And then whenever you see them riding down the road, you can't help but smile. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, you can buy your own helmet cover to support the cause. You can see them all there. I saw some furry characters. There's pink bunnies. There's turkeys. I think I see an alien there. Everything in between. Go to helmetheads.ca for more details, and also the toy drop information, because as you mentioned, that toy drop is such a big part of what they do at Helmet Heads, Stacey.
It is, and you know what? These guys have been involved in this parade for quite a number of years.
Oh, the doggos!
Oh, look at
the little doggos!
Is Fuller watching, Paul? Is Fuller watching the dog? Oh my gosh! But you know, it's a contingent that started quite small.
Yeah.
As I recall, you know, a couple of bikes, a couple of fun helmets, and look at how big this group has grown and how many people are taking part. It's really wonderful.
Oh, he's got the dancing lion helmet on. Cool car as well. But yes, Helmet Heads does such an amazing job. Like you said, it just kind of brings a smile to everyone's face, especially a kid, especially if that kid is on its way or their way to treatment. So that's a big win-win for such an amazing group. And you can see how many cool variations there are. I can't see, you know, many duplicate Helmet Heads here in the whole group. And right, parked right behind us here.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. They tried to sneak into the shot. Worth it for sure. There's another Canucks jersey behind us there. Love it. This is fantastic. And you can see the Morgana pirate ship making its way behind the Helmet Heads. This is a fun stage of the parade.
Oh, it is. Proudly based in Esquimalt, owned and crewed by the Miller and Jessen families. Named after the amount of Captain Morgan rum that was consumed while this was being built.
That's so fantastic. I mean, that's really what it's all about, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. And you know what? There's such a story to be told about this boat. The first version was smaller. It was built from a Honda Civic.
Which they purchased for $50.
$50. Self-propelled, but eventually the Civic, as they tend to do, gave out. And so this new Morgana was built. It was made from a retired dollar store delivery van that was donated. And, you know, they say it's a labor of love, like all good things. Pirate, built with things they can beg, borrow, or steal.
I love it. So Morgana lives in Mark Miller's backyard in a custom-built shed. I guess you got to have a custom-built shed. And this is really cool. So Kim Ryan, you just saw one of the cannons fire there. The ship's gunsman is Kim Ryan, made from fire extinguishers that need to be emptied. So the fire department gives them these live cannons, and they are returned empty, traded in for more. So it's a symbiotic relationship. Careful, you can't shoot a cannon at the mayor.
Oh, it was also built, and this is such a cool feature, it was built with accessibility in mind, so their gangway is fully accessible. And of course, this is a highlight of Buccaneer Days here at Victoria Days, and they go to a lot of really wonderful community events. Oh my gosh, what fun.
A cacophony of sound, I believe, around us right now. We got engines, we got pirate ships, we got penny farthing bikes coming up. We got it all right now at the parade.
We sure do. This is
whoa!
Holy. Very impressive. Penny farthing bikes, Will Arnold and other riders, they've been in the Victoria Day Parade doing their tricks and riding those beautiful bikes since 1978.
That is so cool. Yeah, Michael Forbes and asked Will Arnold 10 years ago to teach him how to ride a penny farthing. Rode with him on Bike to Work Week, believe it or not, in one of those old penny farthings, which is amazing. Mitch Guinden is a former drummer of Nickelback. Jordan Cunningham, one of our reporters at CHEK, did a little feature on him. He's been doing stunts for over 30 years, and they are beyond magical.
I think they're trying to convince Mayor Alto to hop on board one of those penny farthings. I'm not sure if he's going to take up the challenge.
I'm assuming she's going to say, you know what, I'm pretty comfortable here on my perch as I still have some judging to do over here, right?
You know, Will Arnold started riding the penny farthings in 1978. He was only 13 years old.
Wow.
And he did it with Russ Hayes Bicycle Shop. He has since purchased all his penny farthings from them, and his collection consists of 11 of these beautiful bikes.
You know what, I know Jeff King's a big bike rider. I think we should try and get him up on one of those right now, but Jeff is standing by with another guest en route. Jeff.
Yeah, no, I've got a sortie. I can't get on those bikes. Who do we have here?
Aiden. Max. Jacob.
Ula. Ula, la. What do you like about the parade?
And when they shot me with the cannon.
When they shot you with a cannon. What do you guys like it?
When they gave me candy.
When they gave you candy. Paul and Stacy waiting for some of that. What do you want? What do you like?
When they threw candy at my face.
And how about you, bud?
When they gave me candy.
All right, it's all about the candy, guys. It's all about the sweets here on Douglas Street.
Of course, it's all about the candy.
Know what you like it and like it a lot, I guess, and so that's what it is. When they threw the candy, although that one girl did say when they fired the cannon, I thought that was pretty cool.
She did.
Again, just more on the penny farthing bikes. Will's son Liam, he's ridden just a few years in this parade, but this is Will's 46th year riding the penny farthing. So that is so cool. Will was riding his 1888 original bike back in, I can't remember what year it was, but Tess flagged him down, and Tess actually rode one of those penny farthings, so shout out to Tess as well.
Absolutely. This is the Falun Dafa Association of Vancouver. Falun Dafa, also called Falun Gong, is an ancient form of mind and body practice that originated in China and is now practiced in over 100 countries around the world.
Yes, and at the front of the float here, what you're seeing, this is the Tian Guao Marching Band performing powerful Chinese marching music and Western-style marching music, demonstrating the goodness of Falun Dafa and universal principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance, something I need to find more of, but let's listen to more of this.
Now, the drummers often appear in traditional Chinese celebrations, used in festivals, all kinds of wonderful ways to celebrate.
Yeah, it really is impressive. Now, after the float, you're going to see the exercise demo team. They're demonstrating Falun Dafa and standing exercises. And following the exercise demo team, dynamic Chinese drum team, playing their waist drums and their tang drums, doing a dance step as they walk. Waist drumming, which is a traditional Chinese folk art, often used in festivals, and it is so impressive. And again, we talk about the colors and just the exuberance that's so impressive, and that's certainly what we're seeing right now.
And this is always a very sizable and spectacular entry in our parades. And on the float there, Falun Gong practitioner is demonstrating the peaceful Falun Dafa sitting meditation.
Oh.
It looks very serene.
I think we're practicing the sitting meditation here on the parade route. It's very nice. A lot of people sitting, a lot of people standing, and the parade here is really very popular all the way along the route. Oh, there she is. Oh, that's the sitting position.
There, yep.
Okay. That's very impressive. The drumming that you heard, more drummers can often appear in traditional Chinese celebrations. They're used in festivals. Drummers can often appear in all sort of traditional moments, celebrations, events, and we appreciate them being here today.
And it's no surprise the Falun Dafa Association of Vancouver has been invited to take part in all major parades in Greater Vancouver since 2003. They've won numerous awards, and they always are a huge fan favorite. They get warm applause and praise wherever they go, and they of course hope to bring the best of traditional Chinese culture to local communities, and the reason they're here is to promote cultural awareness.
Yeah, and what beautiful drumming that we're seeing there. And this is what we're talking about, the waist drums and tang drums doing their dance step as they walk. So not only do you have to remember the drumming, the music, you got to remember the choreography. It's all a big journey, and it's all very impressive. So thank you to the Falun Dafa Association of Vancouver for gracing us with their talents again today.
Of Victoria. That includes 3 separate lodges and more than 200 members. The organization has been active here in Victoria since the 1800s, supporting both members of the lodges and the local community. 1800s, that's a long history of giving back to the community for this.
That is unbelievable. Yeah, the community work with Our Place, the Women's Transition House, the Victoria Crisis Line, and Victoria Hospice, also offering bursaries to students, and they got a bee on roller skates. A bee on roller skates. That's very impressive to Oddfellows of Victoria.
It is. They are dressed in a bee theme this year, as bees are a wonderful symbol of collective efforts for a greater good. Now, they're everywhere. They're on foot, they're on bikes, they're in that decorated truck. They'll be either wearing Oddfellows swag or bee costumes, and they may have candy, Paul.
What?
They may have candy.
Is it honey or in flavor? I'm assuming it's got to be, no?
I would think that would make perfect sense to me.
All right, and you know who's a guy who's very sweet himself is Mr. Jeff King. Let's throw it back to him on the parade route. Jeff.
Number here. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Well, I'm here with Russ, who's with the Oddfellows, also with the Highland Games, and we've got a youngster beside you.
We have Jerry Ratchford here. He's our oldest member. He's 96 years young.
Wow.
So he joined Oddfellows late.
Yeah.
So he joined when he was 60.
Wow. Tell me what you like about the Oddfellows, Jerry.
Hey, the best organization, one of the best organizations I belong to.
Yeah. 96 years young, and tell us about some of the great work the Oddfellows do.
The Oddfellows do many charity events. We're just about to do a charity disc golf tournament in support of VI Crisis, and we've supported that for many years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Looking good, my friend. 96 years young. Enjoy the parade, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Friday.
Have a good day.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Now, the parade is something that appeals to young and old and everything in between. And boy, it's been a good one.
Certainly has. That was the Oddfellows of Victoria. But right now we're looking at the West Coast Rhythmic Gymnastic Club. So we saw the double box there from our team. Now the West Coast Rhythmic Gymnastic Club, non-profit club offering rhythmic gymnastic classes for kids and youth in the Victoria area for the last 40 years. Very impressive.
It really is impressive. And again, impressive that these young Energizer Bunnies will be doing this all through the whole length of the parade route. I mean, I thought about Energizer Bunnies with the Stages dance group that entertained us at the beginning of the parade here at the judges' tent. And you know what? But these all these young athletes, these young dancers really are doing something special by working so hard along the parade route.
That's such a good point. So 2 hours of rhythmic gymnastics and the ribbons and everything, and they just still have big smiles on their face. They're showing off their moves. They're so very, very impressive, and they've experienced coaches that helps build strength, flexibility, coordination, movement, expression, and confidence through structured progressive gymnastics in a fun and welcoming environment. And I think fun and welcoming need to be underlined there, because that's really what it's all about. You want to enjoy yourself, but you don't want to be embarrassed either. You want to learn at your own pace, and I think that's something to celebrate as well.
Well, and I like to think that gymnastics groups, dance groups, and other organizations like that are becoming even more aware of creating that safe space, that safe, supportive, encouraging space for all their dancers or gymnasts or other kinds of athletes. It's important that we're thinking about that more, and I'm glad to see that that's actually happening. And I know that it is at West Coast Rhythmic Gymnastics, and it has for many, many years. So that's great.
Did you do gymnastics growing up? Were you a gymnastics gal?
I did. I was not a gymnastics gal. I was a dancer. I did ballet and tap dance. I'm about as flexible as a 2x4 pole, so gymnastics for me wasn't going to be a good fit. But I have the utmost respect and appreciation for what they can do and how strong and tremendous they are as athletes.
I did a little bit of gymnastics, not a ton, but it definitely helped me with hockey. And that's what people find with gymnastics or that sort of thing. It really helps with stretching and other sports. So that was helpful in a big way. And just when we have a little break here, I just want to thank again to our presenting sponsors, Dodds Furniture, Downtown Dental Victoria, Thrifty Foods. We're nearing the end of this parade now, Stace, but they still got some great, talented floats to go.
Absolutely, and we were introduced to this talented group. As you see, look at our sponsors there, and thank you for your support. Please support our sponsors as they've supported us here today. I'm really interested in this band here, Too Funk, Too Furious. We met them in the marshalling area a little bit earlier. They are a local funk band. They love sideburns, chest hair, and the Bee Gees, just like you do, Paul.
That's right. Well, you got the chest hair going.
They'll be playing around town this summer, so look for their name. Let's hear what they have to offer, shall we?
Play that funky music.
Sounding good, guys. Funk it up all the way.
A little Daft Punk there, I think. Up all night, and you'd be daft not to make the shift eventually in your power sources. And this is Shift Solar and Energy Storage. Again, we met them before the parade stage.
We sure did. We saw their mascot, Sunny, created last year for the parade, actually. And Sunny loves to dance as well, so it's appropriate that they're following behind this band. Love to dance and celebrate all the energy the sun gives us. And we also have Chris, the community manager at Shift, there involved.
Oh, yeah. They're certainly Too Funk, Too Furious behind us right now, but my favorite part before the parade, there was Sunny, the mascot, who we saw there, but there was also, I think they called it Gritty, Solary, or Solar Gritty. They came up with another mascot name, so pretty good.
And on that float there is a fully operational off-grid solar house. There's 2 solar panels on the roof there to harness the sun, and the solar energy produced is powering their speakers and more. Extra energy will be stored in onboard batteries. That's pretty cool.
This house travels with them. They want to introduce people, of course, all over the island to the power of solar energy. And certainly they're powering this right now. Towing this house is their brand new EV Transit cargo van. Again, part of that fleet. You see the van. Did you know you don't need batteries if you want to go solar? You can excel solar energy in the grid itself, which is called net monitoring.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. I just read it.
Not only is a parade a fun, wonderful experience, it's also a learning moment for me. I appreciate that.
Should be on PBS. This is fantastic. No, again, thank you to the Shift Solar Energy Storage team. I think Too Funk to Furious is just trolling us now because there's no one in front of them. They're just playing us a private show. Got the lightning bolts on the side. All right. So what's really cool too is you mentioned that they have the solar energy house, the off-the-grid solar house, 2 solar panels on the roof. They're harnessing the sun. That extra energy produced actually stores all the onboard batteries as well. So that's very, very cool. Thanks again to Shift Solar and Energy Storage. The future is here, and they're right behind us. But coming up is talking about another great band. This is the Central Kitsap High School Band Stakes.
From Silverdale, Washington, with drum major B. Trout and Mickey Wagoner, this Central Kitsap HS and Klahoa Secondary School teaming up to perform The Tank from the Netflix animated series Cowboy Bebop and the Taylor Swift classic You Belong With Me.
Oh, I love that song. Should we have a little listen?
Yes, please.
So cool. The Central Kitsap High School Band sounding fantastic.
Woo-hoo!
Now, in addition to this parade, the combined band performed this past Saturday at the Bremerton Armed Forces Day Parade and the Rhodey Parade in Port Townsend, which is for the rhododendrons, I believe, which is fantastic. Central Kitsap High School Band doing their thing and sounding fantastic.
Sounding mighty good. They are followed by the Capital City Baptist Church, and here we have the BC Transit Help Fill a Dream. Since 1986, Help Fill a Dream has provided support to children with life-threatening conditions here on Vancouver Island. Now, in addition to making dream comes true, Paul, their family assistance program also provides a lifeline to families through the removal of financial stresses and other barriers created by their child's illness. Oftentimes, parents' employment status is impacted. They homes need to be, renovated and repurposed sometimes to accommodate kids who are struggling through an illness. So they just do such good work for so many people, so many families.
Yeah, a big thank you to BC Transit and Help Fill a Dream for making this such a reality. And yeah, you're right. The work they do, not just in the community, across the province, everywhere. Like you said, no dream is too big or too small. Help Fill a Dream. Indeed, thumbs up. Thank you for taking part in this year's Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. And we're getting down to some of our final floats here, but we got some real doozies. And behind the BC Transit, Help Fill a Dream, is another high school band. And some of these bands have just been fantastic.
Absolutely. And this one is a good one, too. Aberdeen High School Band, the Bobcat Band. They've earned accolades in a number of parades in the Northwest, including Wenatchee's Apple Blossom Festival, Yakima's Sun Festival, and this year's Victoria Day Parade. Let's hear what they have to offer this morning. Well done, drum majors Kevin Eng and Ben Jurison, directed by Dan Patterson, a high-stepping marching band, a long tradition of excellence, proud of their high energy and moxie.
Oh, they certainly
had
had some moxie, yeah. Aberdeen High School Marching Bobcat Band. That's a fun band to be a part of. Fantastic stuff. Thank you for joining us. And behind them, our friends at Arbutus RV Sydney, celebrating 36 years, 200 employees, locally owned, with 7 Vancouver Island locations. Got to call our friend RV Bill today.
Bill is driving this Class A Coastman Pursuit. It is truly a house on wheels. And it's been lovingly decorated in line with the Arbutus RV colors, which are not dissimilar to our CHEK colors. So
nice, yeah, good call, good call. I like that. Bill's granddaughter Audrey is in the motorhome as well. Very much a family business at Arbutus RV. Arbutus RV are big friends of CHEK as well. They're supporters of the CHEK drive-through. They always show up. And Bill has been a friend of CHEK since I have been around CHEK. So thanks again to Arbutus RV Sydney. Looking fantastic on this sunny holiday Monday.
And that is an impressive rig.
I'm kidding. You know what? We've been on this parade for a while. I sort of need to use the loo. Do you think I could pop into that motorhome?
I think you could have.
Probably. I shouldn't ask. Hey, Bill. Bill's got the cowboy hat on. Thumbs up from everyone. Love to see it. There it is.
Awesome.
Good going. Thanks again to Arbutus RV Sydney. And behind Arbutus RV, we have our African Heritage Association and Jamaicans on Vancouver Island. And to talk about color and culture, this is what it's all about.
Oh, it really, really is. And in 2004, the African Heritage Association of Vancouver Island formed as a non-profit to build a united and strong community by cooperatively organizing and supporting events and activities just like this to meet the needs of Africans, people of African descent, and friends of Africa here on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, such a fantastic float. I love the colors again, some of the traditional cultural clothing, which is so important as well. So thanks again to the African Heritage Association and Jamaicans on Vancouver Island. Oh yeah, big smiles going on. Why wouldn't you smile? Everyone's out here for a fantastic day, and I just love it.
Absolutely. Again, I just cannot say how impressed I am with the cultural diversity and representation in the parade. It is as much my favorite part as the music, Paul.
I think that's a really good point, and it's something that I guess I hadn't really anticipated as much going into it. I have been reading about lots of the bands and some of the other components, but you're right, the cultural side of it, it really is representative of Victoria and Vancouver Island and what we're striving to become as well. And so putting the microscope back on the island, certainly something to celebrate. So very well said.
And speaking of celebrating and music, this is the Friends of Music Society, making music in support of mental health for 35 years here in Victoria, on top of that 45-foot double-decker bus donated by Wilson's Group. Minds at Work R&B band. There's an R&B band on that bus?
Oh, you know there is a 10-member band up top performing. I believe Ed Bain was talking to them. Janet Pryor is the executive director of FOM, Friends of Music. Let's have a quick listen, shall we?
I want to tell the world that you're mine. I shook my nails in the twinkle of the goodness gracious, great balls of fire!
Nice. Performing 2 songs along the parade route, Jerry Lee Lewis's Great Balls of Fire. You just heard that.
That's
and You
great.
Can Never Tell by Chuck Berry, led by musician, director, maestro Ben Bode.
Very impressive. Their last parade was back in 2019. They say they're very excited to be back. We're excited to have you back. And you can see, yeah, they're now kicking into You Can Never Tell by Chuck Berry as they come behind us here at our location. The Friends of Music Society doing their thing on a double-decker. Doesn't get much more Victoria than that. And there's our friends at St. John's Ambulance, the volunteers. They work in the communities in every single region, not just of this province, in this entire country, helping Canadians improve their health, safety, and quality of life through training and community service programs for kids, for young adults. A big thank you to the team at St. John's Ambulance.
And they're a fixture at every big public event. I mean,
really
we talked
are.
about the Saanich Fair, we talk about different kind of cultural community events, and they're always there, it seems like, to take care of us if we need it. Hopefully we don't need it, but sometimes we do, and
Yeah.
it certainly makes us feel safer knowing that they're there.
Very well said. And speaking of fixture, the Gailey Farms masterpiece is always a fixture of every parade. Built in-house with a tech team and all new props, including a giant fantasy-style berries and veggie patch that they grow right on the farm. This is Gailey Farms.
Incredible. Man, they knock it out of the park every single time.
Don't they?
Above and beyond. You know, they set the bar high, and then they go higher, and then they go higher,
That's right.
and then they go higher.
So it took Rob Gailey and his team since February to make this 70-foot float. They're taking friends and families for a hayride down the parade route behind the float as well. But this is just stunning. It's got hand-sculpted vegetables, produce. You're right. They go above and beyond every single year. And you can certainly tell, very, very impressive.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, you may remember as they toot the horn, the first Victoria Day Parade for Gailey was in 1999 for Rob. It was Scarecrow themed, promoting his country maize. Then in 2004, an Egypt themed float. In 2006, they got the train they're so famous for. And this is something special, boy. David Gray hand sculpting the new vegetables and produce props. Really, really cool.
And they say farm berry production is insane this year. More than 500,000 plants built for this parade. These props are on display or at the all-new Gailey Farm Market all summer long. So if you want to check out some of these props, some of the things you see, they're even giving a tip of the cap to the penny farthing bikes of the Victoria Day Parade on their float. So fantastic as they toot their horn. We've tooted their horn as well. Already started working on their Halloween event and float, I'm told, as well, Stacey.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That is so great. And again, we've talked about it, the hours and hours and hours involved in putting some of these things together. And boy, Rob Gailey and his friends and family who work on that know very well.
All right. We've got a few familiar faces that are next up here. This is the CHEK, is that how I say it? CHEK Media Group, and we're so proud to be walking in the parade again.
Oh, Jeff, what have you got going on there? Am I seeing double? Have you been on the parade that long that I'm starting to see double?
This is the most fun I've had with you in a long time. Yeah, I look, well, I look a little flat. Well, you do. I'm about to get run over. Well, how's it been? I was telling everybody that's what happened to you earlier, that you were run over, but you're such a trooper. You're continuing on. Look how tall I am. I know, it's fantastic. And how thin you are. And skinny, too. I like that. That Ozempic is really working for you. Well, we got the new upside mobile that you'll see up and down Vancouver Island. And in behind us, we have the Screaming Eagles Band. Take it away, guys.
We just heard the Screaming Eagles marching band. I believe Ed and Jeff threw to them. Couldn't really hear what's going on, but this is what the end of the parade is all about. The Mennonite Educational Institute, one of BC's largest independent schools. They've been providing quality Christian education for more than 60 years, and their marching band is so popular.
Oh, and it's so good. They've been here time and time again. The middle school marching band comprised of 96 students in grades 7 and 8. And thank you so much for wrapping up our big band contingent, our marching band. And here we go. Title sponsors today, Dodds Furniture, Downtown Dental, and Thrifty Foods.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we've mentioned they have 27 stores across Vancouver Island, Salt Spring, and the Lower Mainland, including their brand new store that opened in White Rock at Miramar Village just on Thursday.
Yeah, and they were saying, you know, everyone at Thrifty's is so excited to see the families that line the parade route all day. Whether you like to join their Thrifty Foods team or simply shop in stores, you can do that online, thriftyfoods.com, and it feels like the perfect punctuation mark to end the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. Oh boy, that was a whirlwind, Stacey, but that was a whole lot of fun, wasn't it?
It sure was. It sure was. And you know what? We have to say thank you one more time to all of our sponsors. We mentioned our Title III, everyone who worked to support us financially and in other ways, and our great team, our great crew here on site. They've been here for hours and back in the control room working so hard. We couldn't have done it without you guys.
Yeah, we really couldn't have done it. For every single person who made this possible. Again, our presenting sponsors, all the sponsors helping us. But let's put a bow on this, shall we? And you tell me, what was your favorite moment of this parade, Stace?
Well, working with you, Paul, of course.
Okay, well, now I know you're lying.
You know what? I really loved it all. I loved the color. I loved the music. I loved the energy. I loved everything about it. I think it was one of the best ones yet.
Yeah, it really was for me. I mean, the first time I'm getting to work with you, and it is always such a pleasure to work with you. But truly, the culture, something that you mentioned throughout it, so many different parades from all different walks of life. We all come together to celebrate together, and I think that is what the Victoria Day Parade is all about. So.
It really is, and I'm so glad you were here to celebrate with us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Victoria Day holiday. Thank you so much on behalf of all of our team here at Ed, Jeff, our entire team at CHEK, Paul. I'm Stacey Ross. Thanks so much for joining us for the Thrifty Foods 124th Victoria Day Parade. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you soon.
Happy Victoria Day.
Here at CHEK, we're not always stuck behind a desk.
We like to join the party. How much do you love getting to live right here?
We connect to the community.
We make sure everyone's included, no matter where you are.
So why do we do all this?
Because we live here and we love this place.
1, 2, 3.
Count me in.
So women aren't undervalued, underpaid, or unnoticed. Count me in.
So no woman, girl, two-spirit,
trans, or non-binary person feels out of options.
out of sight,
Out of time or out of mind.
count me in.
To support survivors of abuse so they can thrive, not just survive.
Count me in.
to make sure children who have seen violence don't grow up to relive it. Count me in.
And to give young girls what they need to become leaders when they become women.
Count me in. Count yourself in. It's time for gender equality in Canada.
Cuenta conmigo.
Count me in.
Count me in.
Count me in. Count me in.
Count me in. Count me in. Count me in.
Count me in.
Critical care often requires breathing support, and you can help make a difference. TB Vets helps BC hospitals purchase respiratory equipment. Join our Key Tag program, scan the QR code now, and help save lives.
We're about to jump in.